your Code Red station.
Now on Fox 17 News this morning, a car crash in Gallatin claims the lives of 2 people on New Year's Eve. We'll have an update from yesterday's big breaking news.
Coming up, hear what precautions you and your family can take as flu cases rise.
Out of the holiday season, back into a brand new year. Same weather pattern when we'll go from 40s to 50s and the next chance for potential snow in your forecast.
Well, thank you for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning, just after 4 a.m. here on your Tuesday morning, January the 2nd. I'm Justin McFarland. We do want to provide an update to you about a crash that we were following as breaking news. Unfortunately, we can confirm that 2 people have died in that crash out in Gallatin. Again, we first brought this to you as breaking news just yesterday. Let's take a look as the Gallatin Police Department says that 2 cars were involved in this crash on Vietnam Veterans Parkway just before midnight on New Year's Eve. The drivers were Samantha Gant and Elvira Edwards. Both of them died in this crash. These images are from our friends over at Smoky Barn News showing the emergency response to the scene. The Gallatin Police Department says the cause of the crash is still under investigation. With this new year, you should be aware that flu cases are on the rise. The latest numbers from the CDC shows that cases have increased over the last few weeks. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar tells us just how much they've gone up and what we should know. Karen?
Good morning, Justin. The CDC says just over this last week, flu cases have risen 16.1%. I spoke with a Vanderbilt University Medical Center doctor who says he expects those numbers to continue to rise. The rise comes as the Tennessee Department of Health announced the death of a child the week before Christmas. It is the only flu-related death reported across the state this flu season, but Dr. William Schaffner with Vanderbilt says it's important to keep safe.
For people who are at higher risk of serious complications from these viruses, older persons, people with underlying chronic medical conditions, persons who are pregnant, people who are immune compromised. If you haven't been vaccinated, get vaccinated. And in addition, don't hesitate to put your mask on when you're going outdoors and to indoors crowded events.
He advises, aside from taking those precautions, you should contact your local health provider to see where you can get your most up-to-date flu shots. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Karen, thank you so much. 4:03 is the time. Let's check in on your forecast as we're getting started. Temperatures in the 30s. Greg Bobus is here with us with a look at your forecast.
That we are. Temperatures are going to be cold here to start this morning, and they're going to stay in the 30s the next several hours. The average low temperature on this date, though, is 28 degrees. We're kind of almost in the coldest part of the year. So 30s, even though they don't feel great, are a little bit better than where we're supposed to be. So, you know, we're kind of glass half full this morning. Taking a look here, no visibility issues that I'm picking up just yet and don't really anticipate any. Tomorrow morning, there will be fog in the forecast as you're waking up with us. Take a look at what it feels like out there. Not much of a breeze yet, and there won't be much this afternoon. You'll feel a little bit of wind occasionally going throughout the morning hours tomorrow, but right now we feel like we're at 37 in Nashville. Right side of your screen, current temps are there, and also your forecast for the next couple of days ahead to get you going back into a brand new week after a holiday. 7-day forecast. Here we go. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday, all very similar. Tomorrow, we'll have that foggy start, though. We're going to be seeing it on all of our cameras. I'll be seeing it, Justin will as well, and we'll work you through it overnight tonight. We get closer to that average low temperature in the middle to upper 20s. That's tonight and tomorrow night, and we'll stay there Thursday before a warm-up. We're talking rain and snow chances for the upcoming weekend in your Code Red forecast.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a good look here at I-40 at Donaldson Pike as you make that drive out there towards the airport. As you can see, traffic moving along without any issue. We're doing fine out there this morning. We have not seen big backups onto the interstate in recent weeks, really since they've changed some of the parking plans over there at B&A. So maybe it's worked a little bit. We haven't seen it in the early morning hours at least. We'll let you know about anything else that pops up, but right now we're doing just fine out there on the roads. 4:05 is the time, and staying home did not help one family in Franklin County avoid the dangerous drivers out there on the road for New Year's Eve. A mid-state man has now been arrested after he's accused of crashing a car into a house. This is off of Francisco Road. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office says Dwight McKendry is accused of driving under the influence. No one inside that car or inside the house was hurt, but there was a lot of damage, as you can see, as the bricks were ripped off the home. McKendry is set to appear in court coming up in April.
A new law on drunk drivers aiming to keep people safe and keep them off the road. We'll tell you more about what this law means as it is now in effect.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. A Tennessee law aiming to try and keep more drunk drivers off the road is now in effect. The law does require GPS technology to be used for some DUI cases. Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse joins us live downtown with more on what the law says. Peyton?
Good morning, Justin. And now this interlock device, it requires DUI offenders to blow into it. And if they blow into it and they blow above the legal limit, their car won't start. Now, the state law allows these devices to get more information about the person using the device. State data shows 1 in 7 serious injury crashes involves a DUI. Right now, current law is when someone is prosecuted with the DUI and convicted, a judge orders the device to be put into their vehicle.
The department's seen cases where offenders have continuously let their children and others blow into the device and they have pictures of it, but because we don't have a geotag of where that activity actually occurred, there's no way to know what jurisdiction to prosecute that violation.
Now, this law is now in effect, and lawmakers say this bill protects Tennesseans by lowering the number of impaired traffic crashes and deaths by improving public safety. But lawmakers say this will not be used for continuous tracking, as privacy is a concern. Reporting live in Nashville, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Time right now, 4:09. Taking a look at your forecast right side of your screen. We're in the 30s to wake up this morning. This might be your first day up and moving again this early in quite some time if you had off for the holidays a little bit. But we're getting right back to it. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, no rain. But look at going into Saturday. Friday night into Saturday, next weather maker. It'll bring in the chance for some snow and some rain, but also warmer temperatures. By Sunday into Monday, when the rain ends, the temperatures go up. That's how we'll be here in the coming week. Here's the big setup. To follow along with us here in the morning, you know that whenever you have the H floating overhead with the blue circle around it, that means blue sky. So we're starting off cloudy for right now, but that will move away and we're going to see sunshine by the end of today with temperatures that will be in the 40s. Not much rain. Weather maker down to our south stays there. Barely misses us going into tomorrow and also into Thursday, but that's good news. That means more sunshine for Wednesday and Thursday as well. Maybe you're getting up and getting the exercise game going here. Had a couple extra little snacks when it came to the holidays, a couple extra cookies, a couple good meals. If you're getting out and getting back to that routine, we're going to stay in the low 30s starting at around 5, 6 o'clock. Temperatures will drop a few degrees before they climb back into the 40s later on this afternoon.
Still clear traffic out there for you this morning at 4:11. Let's take a quick look here over towards the airport where things are starting to pick up. This is I-40 at Donaldson Pike. It is a Tuesday morning, but everybody in that outside lane is going to the airport there this morning. So things could get rather busy over there at B&A. Heads up over there this morning. If you're heading out, you will not be alone. Other than that, we're good to go. This is 65 Trinity Lane on the north side. Things looking just fine out there. We'll continue to keep you up to date. Right now, no major crashes or slowdowns happening on the interstates. Well, coming up, deadly earthquakes shake the western part of Japan. We'll have more on the damage and the rescue efforts that continue right now and when aftershocks could hit. Plus, a complicated race to the top for Donald Trump and the President Joe Biden. We're going to tell you how scandals are weighing down both campaigns. 4:13 is the time. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. That's a live look over Nissan Stadium, where the Tennessee Titans have just one more game to go. One more before the season is finally over. The Titans will be hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars coming up here this weekend, and that will end their season. Jaguars still have a lot to play for. So they're still trying to get into the playoffs. We'll see what happens with the drama there at Nissan Stadium this weekend. Well, let's talk about what's going on in Japan. Japan has now issued warnings to some of their coastal communities. This is after a major earthquake that authorities say has killed at least 13 people. Now, the magnitude of this earthquake was a 7.6 on the scale, and it shook local television stations live on the air along the Japan coast. It sent a lot of people running for cover. Japan dropped its earlier tsunami alert, but told the people of the coastal areas not to return home as the deadly waves were still threatening the area. The powerful quake also damaged homes and triggered lots of building fires. Japan's weather agency reported more than a dozen quakes off of the Japanese island of Honshu. Aftershocks could continue over the next few days. Well, the first voting in the presidential primaries is set to take place in Iowa, with the Iowa caucuses in less than just 2 weeks. A rematch between the current president, Joe Biden, and the former president, Donald Trump, might be expected to come up in November. But there's a lot of legal clouds above both of the campaigns. Let's hear from the very latest about this with Scott Thuman, who has a lot more from Washington.
Campaigning this year could be complicated, to put it mildly, especially for those who appear to be the most likely of party nominees. After all, President Biden will begin the year still facing a potential impeachment if Republicans have their way, and Donald Trump, already twice impeached himself, is embroiled in a series of legal and civil cases spanning accusations of deceptive business practices to insurrection.
Whether it is a court that determines he's unfit to hold office because he took up force against our Constitution, or because the electorate throws him out, I don't think it really matters if he's unfit to hold office.
For Trump, the calendar is crowded with hearings right in the middle of stumping season. A scheduled court hearing for defamation claims the day after the Iowa caucus. The week after New Hampshire votes, it's a marketing scam trial. The federal criminal trial surrounding efforts to undermine the 2020 election proceeds the day before Super Tuesday, and a scattering of other court actions taking place both before and after the Republican nominating convention.
I don't think there's enough here to justify a criminal prosecution against the leading candidate to replace the incumbent. That is what happens in banana republics.
And even if President Biden can avoid the harshest of House punishments with impeachment.
Representatives, what are you hoping to gain from an impeachment inquiry?
All I can see is Donald J. Trump 2024, baby.
His son Hunter will spark headlines with gun charges in February, and still to be determined dates for tax-related crimes and possibly contempt of Congress.
Hunter Biden is of course not running for office, but in presidential politics, optics can matter.
Recent polling backing up that idea. 60% of voters say they believe President Biden participated in his son's foreign business dealings. As for Trump, 58% of voters told the New York Times they believe he has committed serious federal crimes.
That same poll reveals that more than half of voters have unfavorable views of both Trump and Biden, setting the stage for what could be a turbulent road to the White House. In Washington, I'm Scott Thuman.
Well, looking ahead to this brand new year, we want to know, what do you think of the future? What do you think Nashville should be focusing on trying to improve in 2024? You can see the list of things going on right there. The number one thing going on right now is the crime rate, according to those who have voted. Not a lot of people have voted yet. So far, less than 100 of you. But the crime rate is rating the highest number right now. Unsafe roads coming in second, third is school issues. And then others, well, you can tell us below. You can chime in for yourself by heading over to our X page or Twitter page or whatever you want to call it. You can find our handle at Fox Nashville. 4:18 is the time. 37 degrees outside. Greg Bobus is here right now with a look at your forecast as things are chilly out there. And I imagine depending on where you are would depend on how cold it is.
Yeah, the higher up you go, the lower the temperature goes this morning. Here's
so
the
plateau.
Plateau, we're talking middle to upper 20s right now. So, yeah, it's one of those mornings where maybe you haven't had to get up this early in a while.
Yeah.
Holidays, you're going to be in for it here. Winter coat and heater in the car for sure for the rest of this week. Actually, this morning is the warmest of the next 5 we've got ahead of us. Tomorrow morning, the Nashville area. So we're talking the areas that have the little heat island effect where we have a little blacktop and we keep that extra heat going. We'll be in the 20s. That's tomorrow morning, the morning after, and leading into the weekend. We're keeping it cold. We're dry until later this week. Next chance for rain is going to be Friday night into Saturday. And those same areas, the Cumberland Plateau and even parts of southern Kentucky, have a chance we could see some snow. Now, how much or how good is the chance? We'll take a look at that in a moment, but that does bring in warmer air as that weather maker moves in. So, probability of seeing light snow for this upcoming Saturday, about 10%. Hopkinsville through Bowling Green, and about 10% out toward Crossville. Most of us are just going to see rain as this moves in, and then temperatures that will build throughout the rest of the weekend and into next week. 44 degrees today. Not perfect, but not bad. Kind of right where we're supposed to be. Same with tomorrow, 46. The difference between this morning and tomorrow morning will be fog. None of it this morning. Tomorrow morning will be a foggy start. Keep that in mind as you head to bed tonight.
Steer clear traffic out there this morning. Let's take a look at what we are dealing with out there for your traffic this morning. This is I-40 at White Bridge Road. As you can see, traffic wide open, looking nice out there. Been looking up some of the school calendars. School is still out for metro schools. That's the largest school system in Nashville. Students there will not be coming back to school until next Monday. So January the 8th is when they will return to school. So no school zones out there, which will affect traffic. And I imagine many other school zones are the same. So heads up out there. Still no school in a lot of parts of the mid-state, even though I imagine a lot of people will be going back to work. Here's that look towards the airport. Things starting to pick up a little bit over there. We'll continue to watch things for you out there on the roads, let you know whatever happens. Well, a suspected attack that happened in South Korea's opposition leader today during the visit of the city of Busan. Now, according to the South Korean media, there is a person named Jae Mi-young who was stabbed in the neck by an unidentified man, reportedly with a knife-like weapon. Now, Lee is the head of the opposition Democratic Party there in South Korea. He lost the presidential election to South Korea's current president by a very slim margin in 2022. Reports say that police arrested the suspect and Mr. Lee is now in the hospital. Well, coming up, it's a great sign for the Tennessee Volunteers for the new year. We've got the highlights, and there were plenty of them, from the Citrus Bowl down in Florida. And a huge college football game, and one that will be remembered for the ages. Michigan v. Alabama. We're going to tell you why this one was historic for more than just one reason. .424 is the time, and the future looks bright for the Tennessee Volunteer fans in 2024. The University of Tennessee soundly defeated Iowa in the Cheez-Its Citrus Bowl. Now, it was their star quarterback, Nico Niiliamayava, who led the Volunteers to their big win, and this one was one to remember as the true freshman really got off to a great start with not just one, but two rushing touchdowns in the second quarter. He racked up impressive numbers, a third rushing touchdown. He was able to get that yesterday in the fourth quarter. And then James Pierce Jr. with the pick six for the big six for the Vols. No checkerboards this time. The Vols shut out the Iowa Hawkeyes 35-0. Watch here as Coach Heupel, no Gatorade, instead, just Cheez-It crackers. That'll leave an itch as the Vols get the big win in the Citrus Bowl. Well, a historic Rose Bowl game for the University of Michigan as they beat Alabama in overtime last night and are now headed to the national championship game. The top-seeded Michigan Wolverines were able to beat the fourth-seeded Alabama Crimson Tide. They capped off the win by winning in overtime. Just the second overtime game in the 110-year history of the Rose Bowl. Michigan and their head coach Jim Harbaugh pulled it off with a 17-yard touchdown run by first title since Tom Brady and company in 1997.
4:26, your time taking a look at a cold start and on our way to a better afternoon. We're a little bit cloudy right now, but I want to focus on the weekend. This afternoon will be sunny and 44. Right now we are in the 30s. Winter coat. Don't worry about rain. Don't worry about snow. However, sneak peek into Saturday. Mainly rain, but could there be a little bit of snow that mixes in? If you're in southern Kentucky or you are in the Cumberland Plateau right now, waking up with us for this morning, you have a chance you could see some snow that moves in. Very light, not worried about much of anything when it comes to something that sticks. And the probability, what's more likely? Rain, snow, rain, snow. If they're on two scales, mainly going to be a rainmaker for us here Friday night into Saturday. It'll bring in warmer air, but those two areas we have to watch carefully. The Cumberland Plateau, and I would say Hopkinsville up through the Bowling Green area. And we'll keep our eyes on it for you here throughout the rest of this week. Right now, we keep our eyes down to the roadways and see how circular traffic looks on what could be one of the first bigger travel days in a while.
I could be. Let's take a look at what's going on out there for your circular traffic this morning. This is a live look here at I-40 at Dawson Pike. Boy, that trip to the airport is starting to clog up just a little bit as you get out there this morning. So heads up on that. Looking pretty good otherwise, though. In other parts of the mid-state, we're doing fine, including the trip down in Antioch, I-24, Hickory Hollow Parkway, doing well over there. We'll let you know if anything gets in your way, but right now we're doing fine. Well, coming up, we've got some brand new legislation taking effect in 2024. We're going to tell you what you need to do to stay on the right side of the law.
With flu cases on the rise, coming up, hear from a doctor who tells us who is most at risk.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Well, now on Fox 17 News This Morning, Nashville's roadways were a dangerous place for pedestrians just last year. We're going to tell you how city leaders are working to try and fix the situation.
Forecast for us here, 2 live looks at downtown Nashville. Cold start and a little bit cloudy when the clouds break and when we have our next chance for rain and snow in your forecast.
Circular traffic this morning, I-40 at Dawson Pike as you make that drive towards the airport. That's the busiest camera we've got right now. Could give you a theory as to why that is coming up in a few minutes. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning, just after 4:30 in the morning here on this Tuesday, January the 2nd, just 2 days into 2024. I'm Justin McFarland. We've got some breaking news to tell you about out of South Nashville. In Operation Crime and Justice, Metro Police are currently investigating a homicide. This happened on the 3700th block of Nolensville Pike. Police say that at least one person has died after a shooting that took place at around 1 o'clock this morning. Now, the suspect is currently not in custody. We'll give you updates throughout the morning as soon as Metro Police release more. Well, Nashville continues its reputation as one of the most dangerous cities for pedestrians. 40 people in 2023 died while walking the streets of Music City. Most recently, police say that a man believed to be homeless was struck by a van. This happened on Saturday, just before 6 o'clock on Lafayette Street there, just very close to Lincoln Street, just south of downtown Nashville. The one person there in the hospital did die, according to police. 29-year-old Tyrese Howard surrendered himself to officers just yesterday. He's now being charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving a death and failure to yield, along with other charges.
I feel like sometimes people think that all these lives lost is just the cost of doing business, and it's not. There are cities that don't have anywhere near this level of carnage and loss on their streets, and we can be one of those cities too if we are willing to make some changes and willing to make this a priority.
Now, the city's Vision Zero plan is intended to eliminate traffic fatalities by 2050. It passed last year. It does address safety issues and infrastructure improvements across the city. Multiple new laws are officially on the books for the state of Tennessee. Several of them are targeting our roadways to make them safer. As of right now, anyone who gets an ignition interlock device as part of a DUI conviction will also get a geotag. This will keep track of where that person is. Tennesseans will now see violations surrounding the state's hands-free driving law as a part of your record as well. And vendors at Tennessee's farmers market will now require a permit for food services. These are just some of the new laws that have been added to the books. A reminder, the state legislature will start for their very first day coming up here next Monday. More laws to be added to the books. Let's talk to Greg Bobus. He's got the laws of the forecast here starting for today.
That we do. And a recap of last year was our warmest.
All right, so we're going to wait. Hold on. We're going to get to it. Last year was record heat. It says it right here. Temperature was at 62.9 degrees for the average temperature. The previous record, I'm just reading the graphic, was 62.7%. So 62.7 degrees is what it says. So let's take a look at the extended forecast. We're going to get Greg's microphone situation squared away. Extended forecast here over the next 7 days. You can see where the temperatures are going, and it's a steady increase, it would seem. 44 degrees for your forecast today, a little bit chilly tomorrow. 46 degrees under cloudy skies. The bright sun comes back on Thursday and Friday. You can see by next Monday, Greg's got us at 54 degrees with a chance of rain, though, between here and there. 80% chance of rain coming up on Saturday. Greg will have a complete look at all of the forecasts. He can do it much better than I can coming up in a few minutes. What I can do is your steer clear traffic. Let's take a look at that. Let's go to I-40 at Dallas and Pike. We've been watching this throughout the morning. School is not in for a great majority of the viewing area. School is still out, so a lot of folks, now that the Christmas holiday is over, New Year's Eve is over, New Year's Day is over, people are now finally headed to the airport in larger numbers than we've seen in the last little bit, and that's causing more traffic than we've seen in a little while over there at BNA. So heads up if you're making that way out towards the airport. Could have some company out there as you make that trip down I-40. We'll continue to watch the roads here for you, let you know about anything that gets in your way. Well, this year, you should be aware that flu cases are on the rise. The CDC says that illnesses that affect the illnesses this year could affect some more than others. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar tells us exactly who that is that's being affected by flu cases.
Right. Good morning, Justin. Numbers show that children are very vulnerable to the flu. CDC data shows that children age 0 to 4 have more outpatient visits for respiratory illness than any other age group. Symptoms include sore throat, headache, and nausea. The CDC also says minorities are more likely to have more serious outcomes from the flu. So compared with white children age 0 to 17, flu hospitalization rates were 2.5 times higher among American Indian Alaska Native children, 2.2 times higher among black children, and 1.7 times higher among Hispanic or Latino children. Dr. William Schaffner with Vanderbilt says these vulnerable age groups can be susceptible to death, like we saw the week of December 17th with a child. He tells me what can be done to protect children and yourself.
So if your child is not doing well in any way during this season, contact your healthcare provider, send them an email or get on the phone. You know, we have a medication that we can give to children in order to prevent that illness from becoming more severe and requiring hospitalization.
Also adds that you should be getting up-to-date vaccines. That's just as important. So, you should basically contact your local health provider for more information on where you can get potentially free flu shots for you and your loved ones. Reporting live from Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
keeping drunk drivers off the roads. A new Tennessee law requires interlock systems to have GPS tracking. What that means next.
Coverage on local issues.
4:40 is the time here on this Tuesday morning. A Tennessee law aiming to try and keep drunk drivers off the road is now requiring some GPS technology to be used in some of the DUI cases. Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse is live to tell us exactly what cases they're talking about, and Peyton, exactly when this is going to be used.
Good morning, Justin. So in certain DUI cases, a judge requires that interlocking system where the driver has to blow into this interlocking system. It's a breathalyzer, and if they blow above the legal limit, then their car does not start. So this bill aims to make Tennessee roads safer. And the state law allows these devices to get more information about the person using the device. Right now, current law, like I mentioned earlier, when someone is prosecuted with a DUI and convicted, a judge orders the device to be put into their vehicle. And now under law, any device will require that GPS technology to tag the location of the car once you blow into the device. And Senator Brent Taylor is going to explain that in a little bit more detail right now.
It takes a snapshot, if you will, a geotag of that specific location, and it will not take another snapshot or another geotag until you try to start the car again. There are some times where they have to do random test, and it'll take a snapshot or a geotag at that time.
Now, lawmakers say the technology will, however, not allow for continued tracking, as this is a privacy concern for some, but lawmakers say not to worry, and state data shows 1 in 7 serious injury serious injury crashes involves someone that was driving under the influence. Reporting live in downtown Nashville, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Well, thank you so much, Peyton. If you would like to get more local reporting like this delivered to your inbox, you can do so by signing up for our daily newsletter. You can do so by signing up on our homepage of our website. That's at fox17.com. Let's get to your forecast now. Rick Bove is standing by.
That we are. Time right now is 4:42. Taking a look at how we feel waking up here. This might be your first time in quite some time that you're out the door this early in the morning, and we have wind chill values that are in the 20s and low 30s if you get toward the Cumberland Plateau, 36 in Nashville, and then middle 30s for the rest of Middle Tennessee into southern Kentucky. So up and out the door this morning, getting that routine back and into motion. Well, what does it mean when you're getting on the roads today for your out the door forecast? Here, 2024, second day of it. We are at 32 degrees by 5 o'clock. So in the coming hours or two, we're going to get from where we're at right now on the right side of your screen in the 30s to a little bit cooler because that sunrise isn't until close to 7. So until we get the sun to come up, we're going to keep and still have these cold temperatures in the forecast. Coming up in the next check of your full Code Red forecast, we'll look ahead to the next weather maker, a rain and potential snow maker for some leading into the weekend.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the very latest happening there on 65 at 24 on the north side. As you make that drive down from Madison, from Goodlettsville, from Hendersonville, from Whites Creek and Jolton, we're looking fine. As you make that drive in this morning, no big problems for you so far. We'll let you know if anything does get in your way, but right now, things could not be smoother. We're thankful for it. Steer clear traffic live and local with you through 9. Well, coming up, an unusual crime that sent a high school student hiding in the mountains of Utah, and ways you can make sure you can stick to your New Year's resolutions in the long run. We'll be right back.
Is Fox 17 this
4:45 is the time. A 17-year-old high school student in Utah is now safe after a bizarre crime that authorities are calling cyber kidnapping. Now, the student involved is a foreign exchange student from China. Listen to this. His hosts in high school reported him missing on Thursday after his parents contacted the school because they received a ransom photo. Police found him on Sunday in a makeshift campsite in the mountains near Brigham City, Utah. Now, the cyber kidnappers apparently told him to isolate himself. According to the FBI, cyber kidnapping is a rising trend. Exchange students are usually the target, and the ransom is demanded from their families. The students' families transferred around $80,000 US to a bank account in China. That is something that needs exploring just a little bit more. All right, so for many people, the start of the new year means brand new goals. But there is some research out there that says very few actually have success. Our national correspondent, Janae Bodens, shows us exactly what you can do if you want to achieve your New Year's resolutions.
It seems like everybody's talking about what they want to accomplish in this new year.
To reduce the amount of my visceral abdominal fat that I have.
60% of my income goes into savings.
I want to improve my posture. I feel like I have very poor posture.
According to a poll from Forbes Health and one poll, getting in shape is the most popular New Year's resolution for 2024. However, according to The Ohio State University, only 9% of Americans who make resolutions complete them. 23% of people quit their resolution by the end of the first week. 43% quit by the end of January.
Okay, I'm going to go to the gym every day for an hour. No, you're not.
Lee Richardson, the CEO of the Brain Performance Center, a behavioral health center, says people fail their goals because they create unrealistic expectations.
So what I encourage people to do is say, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. And maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 45 minutes. But whatever you want to accomplish, set goals around that. Make sure that they're measurable. Make sure that they're realistic. And make sure that you can accomplish them.
She says it also helps to have an accountability partner.
Done. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with saying, can you check in with me every week to make sure I get this done?
That push could be what's needed to accomplish your resolution. In Washington, I'm Janae Bowens.
Let's get to some sports news this morning. The Nashville Predators will be taking on the Chicago Blackhawks tonight, 7 p.m. as the Nashville Predators defeated the Blackhawks twice already this season. The Blackhawks full rebuild mode here as they've gotten the top pick in the last year's draft, Connor Bernard. So they're on the rise, but they're still trying to put together some other pieces. Preds looking to make it win number 3 against the Blackhawks coming up here later tonight. So in the meantime, let's get to Greg Bobus. He's going to talk to us about the forecast. Cold enough to play hockey outside right now in many parts of the mid-state here.
That it truly is. But if it's going to be cold, at least we keep it calm.
Yes,
because this temperature, if we had weather moving in, it would be that 35-degree rain. You don't get much worse than that.
No.
So just a couple clouds this morning, no visibility issues. We're starting off this brand new year. This might be your first day of the new year if you had off yesterday. Getting back to that morning routine. Maybe that morning routine also involves getting your four-legged friend up and out the door. 32 degrees at 5 a.m., 31 at 7, 34 at 9, and 40 degrees at 11 o'clock. The forecast here is going to stay on the cloudier side until late morning into early afternoon, and then we'll bring in some sunshine to end the day. Once that sun comes out, middle 40s, we stop right there. Tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, we stop in the middle 40s as well. Nighttime temperatures, because we'll be clear most of that time overnight, are going to be colder than this morning. Right side of your screen, current temps are in the 30s right now. You're only going to be in the 20s tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday night. Keep that in mind. All 3 of those days cold, and the next good chance for rain is going to be Friday into Saturday. That's our next rain and potential snow chance. I do use the word snow, not for everyone. I would say about 5% of the viewing area has a 10% chance of snow. I'm not making you do math. I'm going to show you the map coming up here in the next check of your code red forecast. Just know that until we get to the weekend, everything very similar day to day for the next 3 to 4 days.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning at 4:50. A quick look here at I-24, Haywood Lanes. You make that drive out there this morning, looking fine out there for your road trip this morning so far. No major problems out there. We're going to let you know if anything does get in your way. We're also going to take a quick peek back towards the airport coming up in a few minutes to tell you about that trip. But so far, so good with your Steer clear traffic live and local with you through 9 o'clock this morning. The new year is starting off with a brand new law that could help with your student loan repayment program. Now, Secure 2.0 lets employers contribute towards a match on a worker's qualifying student loan payments. You would need to have an eligible retirement account like a 401k. If your employer offers a student loan payment option, they can make a contribution to your account, and your monthly student loan payment would count as your contribution. So you need to ask your local HR department if they have such a thing. Well, the CDC is now warning that respiratory illnesses are on the rise. The week before Christmas, more than 29,000 people were in the hospital with COVID-19. Another 15,000 were admitted for flu and thousands more with RSV. Now, wastewater analysis shows that more COVID-19 cases in the environment are present this year than they were the same time last year. COVID hospitalizations jumped 17% in just 1 week. One reason respiratory illnesses are up could be because the vaccination uptake is low this season. Less people are taking the vaccine, according to officials. Well, coming up, a huge Powerball jackpot has finally been won. We're going to tell you where the grand prize winner actually lives, coming up in a few minutes. Plus, the Mickey Mouse is free to use. Not just any Mickey Mouse, but this one in particular. We're going to tell you more about the famous character in just a few.
These Fox 17.
4:55 is the time. Live look this morning over downtown Nashville, the capital city of the state of Tennessee, and the ever-expanding skyline that continues to grow up and out. We'll see brand new buildings before the end of the year, for sure. We'll also see brand new temperatures before the day is out. Greg Bobus will tell us about how high and low we're going to go with the winter weather as we continue on this morning. Well, when most people think about the Olympics, they are not probably thinking about the rapper icon Snoop Dogg. But pretty soon, the hip-hop legend will be part of NBC Universal's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics coming up this summer. Snoop, D-O-double-G, will be part of the primetime programming over there on NBC and over there on the other streaming channels. Snoop Dogg, of course, will be all part of the big, coverage that they've got for the Olympics. He seems like an untraditional part of the coverage over there, but he does have previous experience. He joined Kevin Hart for the Olympic commentary on Peacock during the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. All right, let's talk about your forecast out there this morning. 37 degrees so far. Let's get to Greg. A look at the possibility of seeing some light snow.
Yeah, we mentioned this before. We went to the last commercial break of this upcoming weather maker this weekend is going to either be you get rain or you get a little bit of light snow rain mix. Who has the best chance to see, again, this is the key word, light snow going Friday night into Saturday morning. Hopkinsville through Bowling Green, possibility. Cookeville out through Crossville, think Cumberland Plateau, upper elevations, possibility. Most of us only see rain. Here's that sneak peek of Saturday. Most of the action will move off toward the north and the east very quickly, so keep that in mind. What is more likely? Rain is more likely than snow, which is one of those things that is good because when you're in that 35 degree temperature range, you're hoping you get the rain and not snow, and that's how we're going to be. Right side of your screen, current temperatures are cold in the 20s and 30s, on our way to 44 degrees later on this afternoon.
6:57 is the time. Let's take a look at steer clear traffic. This is I-40 at Donaldson Pike, right at the exit. Bit of a slow go at the exit there this morning. Remember, if it backs up too much, you can take the very next exit, which is 216B. B is in backup, B is in B and A. As if you're trying to get out there towards Nashville International Airport. We will continue to watch things. Today is busy as a lot of folks are finally headed home after all the holidays are fully complete. Well, someone is kicking off the brand new year as a mega millionaire, and they're not here in Tennessee, unfortunately. The single ticket that didn't match all the Powerball numbers happened in Michigan. That person won $842 million. It's the 5th largest Powerball jackpot and the 10th largest U.S. lottery jackpot ever. The cash value is estimated at $425 million. There were also 6 winning tickets that matched all 5 of the white balls outside of the Powerball, and those also won some big dollars. Unfortunately, none of those were in Tennessee or Kentucky. Again, that single Powerball winning ticket was sold somewhere in Michigan. Well, Michigan just won all kinds of stuff yesterday. Michigan just had best day ever. Disney's copyright protection for the early version of Mickey Mouse expired on New Year's Day and now is out in the public domain. Anyone can now use the version of Mickey shown right here in Walt Disney's 1928 short film called Steamboat Willie. Now, the U.S. copyright law, which Congress did update back in 1998, allows the copyright to be held for 95 years. More modern version of Mickey Mouse is still protected by Disney's copyright. There are several differences between Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse and today's version. So if you've got things that you want to do with Steamboat Mickey, you are able to do so under U.S. law, as our 5 o'clock hour starts right now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. Right now on Fox 17 News This Morning, an update to breaking news. 2 lives lost on New Year's Day in this Sumner County crash.
Coming up, here are precautions you and your family can take as flu cases rise.
Forecast holding steady, calm and cold when we warm up, but also bring in our next weather maker that could bring in not just rain, but maybe even a few snowflakes for some once again.
Also want to start by thanking you for waking up with us here bright and early. 5 a.m. on Fox 17 News this Tuesday morning. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We've got you covered live through 9, and we start right now with the top 3 stories you'll want to know about to kick off your Tuesday.
Yeah, including how the leader of South Korea's Democratic Party stabbed on the morning of yesterday. So we're getting some updates about this, including how the party leader is reportedly in the hospital but expected to survive.
A series of powerful earthquakes hits western Japan. Those earthquakes registering a 7.6 magnitude. You can see the shaking in this video here. Japanese media outlets reporting 13 deaths right now. More on the rescue efforts later this hour.
Israel is pulling thousands of troops out of the Gaza Strip. The Israeli military confirming the decision overnight. The move, though, could indicate a new long-term phase of lower intensity fighting against Hamas.
Back here at home, we have an update to breaking news this morning as 2 people are confirmed dead after an early New Year's Day crash in Gallatin.
Yeah, so getting some more updates. We know it happened on Vietnam Veterans Parkway, showing you video here just before midnight going into the first day of the new year. The drivers, Samantha Gant and Lyria Edwards, both died in that crash. Photos from Smoky Bar News shows the emergency response. It was a whole lot. Gallatin police say the cause of the crash, though, is currently under investigation.
This new year, you should be aware that flu cases are on the rise right now. The latest CDC data shows that cases have increased in recent weeks, and a child has died from flu complications here in Tennessee.
Right now, Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar is telling us just how much they have gone up and what you should know about this. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. The CDC data shows that just over the last week, flu cases have gone up 16.1%. A Vanderbilt University Medical Center doctor I spoke with says that he expects those numbers to continue to go up. The rise comes as the Tennessee Department of Health announced the death of that child the week before Christmas. It is the only flu-related death reported across the state this flu season. But Dr. William Schaffner with Vanderbilt says it's important to keep safe.
For people who are at higher risk of serious complications from these viruses, older persons, people with underlying chronic medical conditions, persons who are pregnant, people who are immune compromised. If you haven't been vaccinated, get vaccinated. And in addition, don't hesitate to put your mask on when you're going outdoors and to indoors crowded events.
He also advises people to contact your local health provider to get your most up-to-date flu shots. Reporting live from Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
5:03 your time, taking a look here at your Code Red forecast. Waking up on a Tuesday morning. This might be your first morning, but we're back. We're up, we're at it, and we're getting back into our normal routine. We're keeping it cold. Winter coats, heaters in the car. We're dry until later this week, but that's good news. No fog this morning. Tomorrow morning will be foggy. Keep that in mind. There will be visibility issues. We're dry until later this week. Friday night into Saturday, our next rain chance moves in, and for some, there could be a few snowflakes flying, which we'll focus on coming up in a few minutes. But just the big strokes of the entire forecast this week was just going to be calm until that warm-up happens. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, you'll see exactly what I mean. 44 degrees today, 46 tomorrow, 44 on Thursday, and then right near 50 on Friday. Today starts cloudy. It will end up on the sunnier side, and then tomorrow starts cloudy, then ends up sunnier once again. Nighttime temperatures get even colder. Right side of your screen, you're in the 30s right now. Tonight, you'll be in the 20s, and that will continue for a few more nights after that.
Ooh, chilly, chilly. Greg, thank you. 5:04 is the time, and getting back to a new routine or back to normal means, for some folks, heading back home. The airport, okay? So a live look over at I-40 Donaldson Pike. This is the airport look at the exit. It is looking very good. There are no slowdowns for this area just yet, but I'm sure the traffic is certainly going to pick up as the morning continues on. Don't worry though, we'll have your Fox 17 News steer clear traffic updates throughout 9 a.m.
It's 5:05 and a mid-state man is arrested, charged with crashing a car into a house off Francisco Road. This is in Franklin County. Look at the damage here. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office says Dwight McKendrick, who you see on your screen, is accused of driving under the influence. Now, thankfully, nobody in the house is hurt, but look at the damage to the corner. I mean, that's structural damage to that brick house. McKendrick is set with a court date now for April.
Cracking down on drunk drivers. A new Tennessee law goes into effect, or is in effect now. What this means and what the requirements are from the state next.
Call Morgan.
Welcome back. 5:08 is the time here on Fox 17 News. There is a Tennessee law now aiming to keep drunk drivers off the roads. It is now in effect.
Yeah, one of several, in fact, that just went into effect on January 1st. So Fox 17 News is breaking them all down for you. This one in particular requires GPS technology for interlock devices in some DUI cases.
Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse joining us live with more. Good morning, Peyton. Good morning, Erica and Jen. So these interlock devices require DUI offenders to blow into the device, and if they blow above the legal limit, their car will not start. Now, a state law allows these devices to get more information about the person using the device. State data shows that 1 in 7 serious injury crashes involves a DUI. Right now, current law is when someone is prosecuted with a DUI and convicted, a judge orders the device to be put into their vehicle.
The department's seen cases where offenders have continuously let their children and others blow into the device, and they have pictures of it, but because we don't have a geotag of where that activity actually occurred, there's no way to know what jurisdiction to prosecute that violation.
So now with this new law, those devices require a GPS tracking system within them. And lawmakers say this bill protects Tennesseans by lowering the number of impaired traffic crashes and deaths by overall improving public safety. But lawmakers say this would not be used for continuous tracking, as privacy is a concern for some lawmakers, but the state assured that that would not be the case. Reporting live in Nashville, Peyton News, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Peyton, thank you. And just a reminder here, you can always get more local reporting just like this delivered straight to your inbox by signing up for this. It is our Fox 17 News daily newsletter. You can find it on the homepage, fox17.com.
It is 5:10 right now. Greg, something caught my attention early this morning. I heard you mentioning a shift in the weather patterns the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, the next couple of weeks are going to be very different. This week is going to be kind of in the middle 40s, ballpark range for this time of the year. Next week, warmer, but one of your favorite words is in the forecast. We're going to have the possibility of some snow. Unfortunately, if you live in Middle Tennessee and you are not on the Cumberland Plateau, you're not going to be seeing it here. Hopkinsville up to the north and east toward Bowling Green, 10% chance. I'm saying there's a chance, it's just not very good. Looking up toward the Cumberland Plateau, also the same, 5 to 10% chance. We're not working our way into a big snowmaker here, but a few flakes could be flying. So what is more likely, rain or snow? It's always what we're more confident in when we're forecasting. And right now it will be a rain event Friday night into Saturday. And you mentioned a big shift in the forecast. This will lead us into warmer temperatures Sunday into Monday and Tuesday, back into the 50s for the second week of January.
Okay, so good news on several fronts. We have to travel Saturday, so I'm glad to hear it's more likely rain.
Yes.
But then I have a funny story to tell you later.
Okay.
I'll catch you up. Okay. Right now, steer clear traffic. Taking a look, I-65 at Trinity Lane. Boy, we can tell that traffic is already picking up here as folks are heading back to work and some folks back to school. The kiddos, some of them are going back to school already. So we've got an eye on the traffic for you. All clear right now, looking good at 65 at Trinity, looking good over by the airport. But we'll monitor everything for you every few minutes, live through 9.
Coming up, though, deadly earthquakes shaking western Japan. We're going to have more on the damage as rescue efforts continue and when aftershocks could hit.
Yeah, a lot of that rescue activity happening right now. And we'll tell you what one U.S. politician thinks about the presidential candidates likely to get through the primaries and what that could mean for the White House.
If you've been hurt in a car.
Good morning and welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. 5:14 is your time. Live look over at Nissan Stadium. What do you say we all show up for one last hurrah for the Titans this year? I know it's been a rough season, but we have a final game of the regular season coming up this Sunday at Nissan Stadium. Let's do it. Let's pack. Let's pack. You know, hey, listen, I am not a sports expert by any means. I'm just saying it could be the last time we see certain players in Titans uniforms. So let's show out this Sunday.
Derrick Henry?
I'm not naming names.
Well, in international headlines now, at least 1,000 Japanese self-defense forces are on the job helping to search, rescue, and just clean up from a powerful earthquake over in western Japan.
Yeah, we showed you some of the video at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Right now, local authorities are reporting that 7.6 magnitude earthquake has already claimed so many lives, 13 as a matter of fact. Emily Schmidt has more on the work happening right now to try to rescue those still trapped.
On a day the calendar turned to a new year, Western Japan felt the earth move with it. This woman said, "My city is in a terrible situation with fears things could get worse." The earthquake had a depth of about 6 miles, triggering tsunami warnings along the west coast. Eventually, the warnings were canceled as the threat of larger waves passed, though advisories continued for Western Japan, a region unaccustomed to this level of disruption.
People there have felt earthquakes probably over the years, but this is, to my knowledge, the biggest earthquake by far. So people don't have experience with an earthquake this size.
Cameras captured what it looked like, felt like, as the 7.5 magnitude earthquake hit around 4 in the afternoon on a holiday. How people ducked for cover and couldn't quite believe their eyes in the moment. Next challenge, assessing the damage. At least 33,000 homes without power. About 1,400 passengers stranded on bullet trains brought to a standstill. all while roads are damaged, buildings collapsed. U.S. President Joe Biden said in a statement, the U.S. stands ready to provide any necessary assistance to Japan and to its people who have weathered more than 30 aftershocks, with more likely.
I would be concerned about it having significant aftershocks over the coming months or even another year.
A year of potential reminders of what happened this first day of January. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
All right. 5:16. Emily, thank you. In political headlines here on your Tuesday morning, we have a governor who thinks it's pretty clear which Republican presidential candidates will be moving forward.
This is a two-person race, right? It's between Trump and Nikki Haley. Everyone understands that. He knows his voters who want to see Trump defeated are all coming over to Nikki Haley.
Well, Governor Chris Sununu making those comments on CNN Sunday night, referring to Chris Christie's efforts to stay on as a candidate. Vivek Ramaswamy and Asa Hutchinson and Ron DeSantis also still in the race. Governor Sununu recently endorsed Haley for president, though. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump still has a strong lead in the polls.
And looking ahead to the new year that we have ahead of us, we were curious with regards to Nashville. What do you think we should be focusing on improving this year? What do you think Nashville should focus on improving in 2024? Now, this is not an open-ended question, right? It's not a yes or no. We gave you some options here. Maybe you think there's something not on our list. If so, head over to Twitter and you tell us what you think. Crime rate, roads, school issues, or if it's something else, tell us in our comment section. Right now, most of you feel like Nashville needs to be working on our crime.
All right. 5:18 is the time. We're going to check in now with our code red meteorologist because some folks are heading back to work.
Yeah.
Maybe they need an extra cup of coffee. I know I did. Yes. Maybe a third cup is in my forecast.
If you haven't woken up this early in a long time, it kind of hits you right in the face. You go, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, here we go.
Yeah.
We're back to it, and, well, you led me right into where I'm going. Let's talk about your coffee forecast here this morning. And temperatures going to steadily continue to climb, but for right now, we have temperatures that are in the 30s on the right side of your screen. What are we tracking for the upcoming weekend is always the big question, because this is that first day that many of us are going back to work, and you might think, whew, this is the most Monday, Tuesday ever. Here you go. For your Saturday, a half of an inch to an inch of rain is possible for many of us here. Now, if you are in the Cumberland Plateau, listen up. And if you're in southern Kentucky, listen up. You have the chance. We could see a little light snow, a few light snow flakes flying as we go Friday night into Saturday morning. How much sticks? Not so worried about that. But taking a look at the big forecast going ahead, there are a few fluctuations that happen when it comes to temperature and precipitation chance. 44 degrees will be our high temperature later on this afternoon, 46 tomorrow, and then 44 on Thursday. Not much of a change day to day. Night times will be colder though. Tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday night in the 20s for the overnight lows. That is about 5 to 10 degrees colder than the morning we're waking up to right now. Let's talk weekend. That chance for rain is going to be there on Saturday. Plan for rain on Saturday if you are in Middle Tennessee and you're not in the higher elevations pushing toward East Tennessee. 46 on Sunday. And then we do get warmer. Look at Monday. Actually, all that rain that moves in pulls a warm front into the area that we'll track for you in a few minutes, and that will help us look ahead to next week. And even though we're in January and one of our coldest portions of the entire year, we do have some warmth on the way, but it takes us about a week to end up getting there.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to I-24 Waldron Road as you make that drive out there towards the Laverne, Rutherford County area. You can see how traffic is moving along out there with no big problems. We're doing well out there for your drive out there so far this morning. If anything does creep up, we'll be sure to let you know. But most school systems are still out for the week, so you're still not going to have a whole lot of problems as far as that is concerned. Been watching the drive out there to the airport very carefully so far this morning. Had an early pop that slowed things down just a little bit, but not real bad. Right now, smooth sailing.
All right, Justin, thank you. Let's talk sports headlines. The future looking bright and orange for Vols fans. The University of Tennessee beating the Iowa Hawkeyes in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. So a lot of reasons to be excited for an upcoming season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Take a look at the highlights here. Quarterback Nico Iamaleava making his first career start for the Big Orange. And y'all, it's one to remember. Things are looking bright for 2024. Watch this. Not one, but two rushing touchdowns in the second quarter.
And then he racked up an impressive 3 rushing touchdowns overall. In the fourth quarter, James Pierce Jr. makes an interception and a clear shot down the sideline. That's for a pick 6 right there. The Vols shut out the Hawkeyes in Orlando. Coach Heupel getting a celebratory shower of Cheez-Its.
Ooh, Cheez-Its.
That was, by the way, courtesy of Joe Milton, who was seen back there. He didn't play, obviously, but yeah, they were having a little bit of fun.
All right, well, after the break, construction beginning on the new Titan Stadium, talking about football. A small city of trailers, though, is going to go up in the area.
Yeah, we're going to explain Titanstown with Justin McFarland in just a couple of minutes.
Come see why we were.
5:24 is the time. Few places in Nashville will change more in 2024 than the area around Nissan Stadium. In just a few weeks, the Tennessee Titans will break ground on something they're calling Titantown. Now, what is that exactly? Well, if you look back here behind me, you can see it here. It's going to be the area around Nissan Stadium. 56 trailers will create what they're calling a mini city that will serve as a construction hub for the $2.2 billion Dome Stadium. It will be the most visible change to the stadium area before they break ground on the actual construction, which will happen right here. And by the way, if you need a reference point, this is I-24 and the La Quinta Hotel, all that over there. So this whole area here is where the new stadium will be built. Now, the trailers will include classrooms for on-the-job training for building the dome.
It's going to be 56 trailers, accounting for more than 40,000 square feet of office space. I am told that it will take up roughly 5 football fields in size. And, you know, I think importantly for this purpose, it's going to be designed to be collaborative with a lot of conference space, a lot of open space to ensure that all of the various partners are able to share information, share plans, and make sure that everyone is fully informed and on the same page.
Now, the Tennessee Titans are scheduled to break ground on the actual stadium at some point this year. I've been waiting a long time to say that. The dome will be finished coming up in 2027. The first event scheduled to be WrestleMania.
5:26, your time taking a look at your forecast, waking up this morning too. Well, maybe you're getting some exercise in. I mean, we're just ending the holiday season, Thanksgiving. You've got all of the late December holidays. You have New Year's Day. Maybe you've been eating a little more than you should. Maybe you're having a little extra snack, extra cookie here or there. Out the door for your exercise this morning. Weather will not get in your way. Temperatures will be in the middle 30s, 6, 7, 8, and 9 o'clock this morning. We're starting off fairly cloudy. And the right side of your screen will keep our current temperatures and the forecast the next few days ahead. So keep that in mind. This is the one thing that will change today into tomorrow. Visibility tracker is clear for us. We have no fog to kick off today. However, tomorrow morning, we may have to even go into a dense fog advisory depending upon how thick our fog gets. Tomorrow morning's story will look, quite frankly, a lot different than today's does when it comes to our cameras.
Steer clear traffic at 5:27. Quick look here at I-24 Shelby Avenue. This area saw a lot of traffic over the weekend as the Tennessee Volunteers, no, not that game. Sorry, Maryland. Maryland took on Auburn in the Music City Bowl. That happened over the weekend there. Saw this area jam-packed. This weekend, we're going to have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars in the Titans season finale. So a heads up there. One more weekend of Titans football there at Nissan Stadium, and then they'll be done for the next 8 to 9 months or so. We're good to go out there right now. We'll let you know if that changes.
It's the new year, and with it, rising flu cases. Coming up, what you should know.
Law working within.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning. Now on Fox 17 News, Nashville's roadways were a dangerous place for pedestrians in 2023. We're going to talk about how officials are now working on the situation, trying to improve it.
And here we are, 2 live looks downtown, back to work for many of us here for the holiday season. What you can expect in your Code Red forecast, next chance for rain and maybe even a few snowflakes.
Steer clear traffic out there. I-40 near Spence Lane off to a nice start. How long will it stay this way? That's the question.
All right, we're going to work to get those answers for you as we are live through 9 a.m. and we thank you for joining us for Fox 17 News. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I'm Erica Glover. We're going to get started with a breaking news update about an incident that we told you yesterday in Operation Crime and Justice. Metro Police are currently investigating, though, a homicide over on Nolensville Pike.
Yeah, so this is breaking news just in this morning. Police say one man has now died after a shooting that happened right around 1 o'clock. We understand nobody is in custody right now, so police are actively looking for whoever is responsible here. Again, this is on Nolensville Pike. We're going to get you updated throughout the morning as we learn more from police.
And we're also taking a closer look this morning, talking about flu cases that are on the rise right here in Tennessee. And some people are more vulnerable than others.
Yeah, it's been so sad to hear already. We've had a child who has died from flu complications right here in Tennessee. Let's check in with Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar to tell us what we're looking at already here this flu season.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. CDC data shows that in the last week alone, there's been a 16.1% uptick in flu cases. Not to mention, it also shows people who are most at risk, one of them being children. The numbers show children aged 0 to 4 have had more outpatient visits for respiratory illness than any other age group. Just recently, the week before Christmas, as you mentioned, Tennessee Department of Health announced a child died of flu in Nashville, Davidson County. Dr. William Schaffner, an infectious disease specialist with Vanderbilt, reacts to this.
Each year, the data show that the majority of children who died of flu were never vaccinated against flu. The vaccines aren't perfect, but they shift the odds in our favor. It helps our body fight off the infection better.
He says that you or your loved one should contact a local health provider for vaccines or medications. Schaffner says that it can prevent hospitalization and even death. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
5:32, looking at your Code Red forecast, waking up and getting moving on a Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the new year. And same old story when it comes to Broadway. People everywhere. Late week and now, ghost town and beer trucks. That's how we're working out this morning here to start off your Tuesday. Right side of your screen, current temperatures are in the 30s, and that's where they're going to stay through about 8, 9 o'clock this morning. We'll get to the middle 40s later on this afternoon. As far as Code Red goes, none of that business happened for us here for the entire week. Now, we do have the cold temperatures to begin the week. Night times will be even colder starting tomorrow. Believe it or not, we'll be in the 20s tonight, tomorrow night, and the night after. Good news is that we're going to keep it calm the entire time, so no rain. However, tomorrow will be a foggy day. That's the one day we have to watch for any inconveniences getting out the door. But if you want some lunch, you're going to see some sun starting to peek out right around lunchtime and continue to take over for the rest of the afternoon. But the temperatures just do not follow the sunshine's lead. They will stay in the 40s for us for the entire afternoon. And that's where we're going to be on your Wednesday and your Thursday as well. Middle 40s, upper 40s on Friday. And then our next weather maker moves in on Saturday into Sunday. That will be our big forecast focus coming up in about 5 minutes. Justin, how are we looking on the roadways?
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get over to I-40 near Spence Lane. Right now, we're doing fine out there. No big problems so far out there on the roads in either directions, north, south, east, and west. We're doing okay. Listen, everyone, school is not back in session for many school systems until next week. I just looked up metro schools, for instance. They're not back in class until January the 8th. So next Monday is when they return to class. They're the largest school system around. So 80,000 students going back or thereabouts. Going back to school coming up here next week. This is 24 Waldron Road as you make your way out and about in the Rutherford County area. Still fairly light traffic in that direction as well. We'll continue to watch things for you.
Justin, thank you. 5:34 is your time. Nashville continues its reputation as one of the most dangerous cities for pedestrians. This is a list that you just don't want to be on. 40 people died just last year walking on the streets of Music City.
And most recently, police say a man believed to be homeless was struck by a van on Saturday just before 6 p.m. on Lafayette Street, right at the Lincoln Street intersection. He died in the hospital. Police say 29-year-old Tyrese Howard, on your screen right here, surrendered himself to officers just yesterday. He is now being charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving death and failure to yield, along with other charges.
I feel like sometimes people think that all these lives lost is just the cost of doing business, and it's not. There are cities that don't have anywhere near this level of carnage and loss on their streets, and we can be one of those cities too if we are willing to make some changes and willing to make this a priority.
Now, you may remember last year we talked a lot about Vision Zero. That is Nashville's plan that's in writing to try to eliminate traffic fatalities totally by 2050. That's why they call it Vision Zero. It did pass last year, talked a lot about it then. It's supposed to address safety issues and infrastructure improvements citywide. We will be following Vision Zero to let you know what, if any, changes will be made going into 2024.
Well, coming up here on Fox 17 News this Tuesday morning, new legislation taking effect in the new year. We're talking about what you need to know to stay on the right side of the law.
And a live look this morning over by First Horizon Ballpark. Hey, it'll be baseball season before we know it. The thing is, this live look has changed a lot in the last 6 months. It's getting harder and harder to see the ballpark where the Nashville Sounds play for all of the development around it. This is also not too far from Bicentennial Mall State Park, where the cleanup efforts have been in full force to get everything cleaned up from the big New Year's Eve Big Bash. Nashville's starting to get back to normal here as we get into the second day of the new year.
Going to be very
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Time right now, 5:39. On your screen is a list of new laws that are officially on the books for all of Tennessee in 2024. You'll notice that some of them do target working to make our roads safer. So as of right now, one of the new laws addresses anyone who has an ignition interlock device on their car as part of a DUI conviction. They would also get what's called a geotag that is supposed to keep track of where that person is. Tennesseans also now going to see violations surrounding the state's hands-free law on your driving record. We talked a lot about this one yesterday. And this one really targets anybody under the age of 18. 7 points on your record.
Yeah.
If you are caught a second time on your phone while you're driving.
And hey, one of the new laws also includes vendors at Tennessee's farmers markets that are now going to be required to show a permit when it comes to food service.
All right, so we'll see if that changes things over at the farmers market. That's a place we know well.
Oh yeah.
Don't we, Greg?
Oh, we absolutely do. And this is one of those places where, you know, permit or not, when it comes to food's a real big deal because they got some real good stuff there. Here's the big weather story for you here. Just to break it down into 3 little bookmarks. We're going to keep it cold mornings in the 30s for right now, but tomorrow morning even colder. We're going to be in the 20s tomorrow morning, and then the morning after. In the morning after, until we get to the weekend, very, very cold starts to the day. Dry until this weekend. Warmer next week, though. I'm going to get you some 50s in the forecast. Just bear with me here because it's going to take a little time to get there. Here we are. Now, I mentioned that we're dry for this week. The weekend, most of us see rain. If you do not see any of the shaded areas here, you're getting rain for the upcoming weekend. I would say Friday night into Saturday is the best time. We've got Hopkinsville through Bowling Green, and then Cookeville down through Clarksville, Monterey area. The chance for a little light snow coming down on your Saturday. We'll look at the big chance between rain and snow and your 7-day forecast in about 5 minutes.
Still clear traffic for you this morning. Let's take a quick look here at I-40 at White Bridge Road. Should make that drive out and about this morning. Only have one truck taking a little bit of a rest over there on I-40. You should make that drive out there. Sometimes we've seen as many as a dozen or so over here. This morning, not that bad as you make that drive out and about here this morning. That take this particular piece here because it's a wide shoulder here, and the next rest stop is several miles ahead. So this is the only thing you have to worry about right now. We'll continue to watch things for you out on the roads.
Keeping drunk drivers off the roads. A new state law is now in effect that requires interlock systems to have GPS tracking. What this means next.
And the unusual crime that sends a high school student hiding into the mountains, the snowy mountains. All this playing out here in the U.S. Wild story in minutes.
Easy Boy Furniture's.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. A Tennessee law aiming to keep drunk drivers off the roads now requires GPS technology for interlock devices in some DUI cases.
Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse is joining us live right here in Nashville with more. Peyton, good morning.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. So the interlock system that requires DUI offenders to blow into the device. A judge has to order that, of course. And if they blow over the legal limit, their car will not start. Now, the state law allows these devices to get in more information about the person using the device. Right now, current law, when someone is prosecuted with a DUI and convicted, a judge orders the device to be put into their vehicle. The law now, if any device, now with the new law, that will require these interlock devices to have GPS technology to tag the location of the car.
It takes a snapshot, if you will, a geotag of that specific location, and it will not take another snapshot or another geotag until you try to start the car again. There are sometimes where they have to do random test, and it'll take a snapshot or a geotag at that time.
And it takes that geotag once you blow into the device, and lawmakers say the technology will not allow for continued tracking. And state data shows that 1 in 7 injury crashes involves a DUI. Reporting live in Nashville, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Peyton, thank you so much. Okay, a strange story here. A 17-year-old high school student over in Utah is safe after a truly bizarre crime that authorities call, have you heard of this, cyber kidnapping?
All right, this is unusual. We're going to walk you through what happened here and let this be a cautionary tale. The student involved here is a foreign exchange student from China living with a host family in Utah. This child's high school, right, the host high school where he had been attending, reported him missing last Thursday after his parents contacted the school because they got what looked to be a ransom photo from their exchange student. So police take this information and they find that student in a makeshift campsite in the mountains near Brigham City, Utah, where cyber kidnappers had apparently told him to isolate himself.
Yeah, so according to the FBI, cyber kidnapping is a rising trend. Exchange students are usually the targets, that's according to the FBI, and ransom is demanded from their families. The student's family transferred about $80,000 to bank accounts over in China trying to, resolve the situation. But how bizarre is this?
It is a wild case. The FBI says they're monitoring the trend and just something, listen, to be aware of. I know this happened in Utah, but as we work to make sure our kids especially are safe online, we've talked about cyber stalking and cyber crimes and cyber bullying and whatnot. Just something to be aware of. All right, switching gears, we're going to talk sports here. The Nashville Predators will be taking on the Chicago Blackhawks tonight, 7 o'clock at Bridgestone Arena.
Yeah, the Preds defeated the Blackhawks twice this season, and they're going to be looking to make it lucky number 3. We have our fingers crossed.
Yeah, we do.
7 p.m. game.
We got this.
Okay.
Fang fingers. Right, Greg?
Oh,
Are the fang fingers still a thing?
I've never heard of that. Sorry. Fang fingers. Okay.
Haven't you seen the little foam hands that they sell?
I mean, yes, but I've never heard anyone say it.
Fang fingers started when we were making the run for the Stanley Cup several years ago.
Is it just 2 fingers, though?
I mean,
that's it.
Listen,
yeah, isn't that it?
That's it.
Can someone please tweet at us?
Justin's confirming me.
I've never.
Guys, I'm not cuckoo. I know it's
You're
early.
educating me this morning. Yeah, 100%, and Erica as well.
Whatever you say, Jen. Sure.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Y'all back me up. Justin's got me. Justin's backing me up.
And if Jen and Justin say it, I believe it. So there we go. We're all about it. Taking a look at your forecast. I mentioned the snow likelihood. Is it going to be rain or snow this weekend when this weather maker moves in? So here, the bigger the bar, so we get into the rain category. Green goes to yellow, goes to orange. That means higher confidence that most of us will see rain. However, I can't completely keep everything off the snow category. If you go into southern Kentucky and the Cumberland Plateau, the chance for snow is going to be there. So what is the thought on the upcoming snow? Yeah. Yesterday into today, here's how things have changed overnight into this morning. More of a rain chance. Favorable track, but not a lot of whole Arctic air support with this one here. You want to have the cold air moving in from the north to help you. This is actually a weather maker from the south. So unless you're in the Cumberland Plateau or southern Kentucky, you're not going to really see a good chance for flakes to be flying this time around. 44 degrees later on this afternoon. Right side of your screen, current temperatures are in the upper 30s. We are on our way to the middle 40s for the rest of this week, and then finally hit 50 degrees by Friday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. I could easily spend the entire segment talking about Nashville Predator traditions, but I don't think we're going to do that because I don't think the good people tuned in at 5:51 for that. So let's get to your steer clear traffic out here this morning instead because they'll be chanting things at me if not. Let's go to I-40 here at White Bridge Road. You make that drive out there. You can see one truck over here on the shoulder taking a little bit of a break. That's about it as you get out there this morning. Let's go to I-40 at 2nd and 4th Avenue here on the South Loop. We're doing just fine as you get out there this morning, making that drive in. You can see where traffic's getting by on both sides. A few people could be heading home today from the holidays. Keep that in mind. New Year's Day is over. New Year's Eve is over. Christmas Eve is over. Christmas Day is over. All of it is over. So now people are finally going back home and school is still not back in for most of the school systems out there. So still a light day through the school zones.
All right, Justin, thank you very much. Approaching 6 o'clock here on your Tuesday morning, and we got a winner.
Chicken dinner
or prime rib dinner. We'll tell you about the state where a big lotto jackpot was just won overnight.
Okay, and Mickey Mouse is free. Well, only one version of the famous character. We're going to explain. Stay with us.
Cancel my member.
Hey, good morning. 5:54 is the time. Right now, Fox 17 News showing you some live looks on the second day of 2024. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Okay, that feels great.
All things considered,
I like your positivity.
Yeah. As my dad would say, I'm 6 feet up.
Hey, we're showing you a live look, oh my goodness, of Nashville's skyline. Not much happening right now. We're talking, though, the possibility of, I'm going to say it, snow.
Okay. Well, we've got Greg on standby right now to talk a little bit more about that. So let's give the people
what they want.
What they don't want. I don't know.
Right, exactly. I don't want it.
You were about to say it, so said it for me because I know that you do want snow.
I don't mind the flurries. You know me.
You do. But I'll tell you, it's not going to be until the weekend, so don't worry about it today. If this is that day you're getting back and up and out the door, you're changing your routine back around to that early start. Maybe that dog walk is now a few hours earlier than it was over the holidays. Here you go. 34 degrees at 6 o'clock. We'll be at 37 by 10 a.m. and 42 at noon. Now we're going to start off cloudy. As the sun comes up here just before 7, about an hour from right now, you're going to see more clouds than sun. By the end of the day, more sun than clouds. We kind of flip it back and forth. We turn that page. Taking a look here, upcoming precip chances. This is what they were just talking about. Eric and Jen were talking about that possibility of some flakes flying. It's not for everyone. I promise you. Most of us don't see any, but we will see some rain that does move in with a warm front that tracks into Middle Tennessee. Right side of your screen, get the winter coat and know that you're just going to be using the heater when you're in the car later on this morning. Coming up, as we go into our 6 o'clock half hour, we will talk about who has the best chance for snow and get you your 7-day forecast before we even get to 6:10 later on this morning.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard as you make that drive into town from the Antioch area, Cane Ridge, all of that. As you make that drive in, boy, we're looking nice out there. No big problems out there in either directions. We had a big mess on Christmas Day because of the rain that pushed through. Outside of that, things have fairly been calm out there when it comes to traffic over the last few days. Let's try to keep it that way. And please give the people who are from out of town room to operate out there. They don't know where they are. They're trying to get through. They just don't know. They're trying to figure out, what does Louisville have to do with me trying to get to St. Louis? I don't understand. So please give them some space out there as we try to get you to work or school safe this morning.
Hey, they're doing their best.
I saw Ontario and Quebec yesterday in Nashville. So welcome. Hope you had a great time. Be safe going home, okay?
Hey, someone kicking off the new year as a mega millionaire, a whole lot of cash.
One single ticket. matched all numbers for Monday night's drawing worth $842 million. Now, that's not even the biggest Powerball jackpot, not even close, but this is the Powerball as you're watching the drawing right here from last night. As those numbers roll in, the winning ticket sold in Michigan. If you opted for the cash value, $425 million.
Hey, I'll take it. There were also 6 winning tickets that matched all 5 white balls. Unfortunately, though, none of those were in Tennessee or Kentucky. Can you imagine? First day of the new year and...
Now, we did have a winner from Pleasant View.
$1 million.
$1 million a few days ago. So that in one of the drawings, because they matched all 5.
I'll take $50.
Pretty cool. I know, right? Anything's more than what you got right now.
That's true. Yeah. Disney's copyright protection for an early version of Mickey Mouse expired on New Year's Day, and now it's in the public domain. We're going to explain this one.
Yeah, this is interesting, especially for all of you Disney lovers. Anybody can now use the version of Mickey shown in Walt Disney's 1928 short film, Steamboat Willie. U.S. copyright law, which Congress updated in 1998, allows a copyright to be held for 95 years. So that's why we've now approached the expiration of this copyright and is now free for use. Of course, more modern versions of Mickey Mouse would still be protected by Disney's copyright, and a lot of differences, obviously, between this version of Mickey and what we know today.
The more you know. The U.S. population starting the new year slightly larger than 2023. That's according to the U.S. Census Bureau, where 335,893,000, a lot of numbers here, 238 people in the country at midnight, New Year's Day. Okay, a lot of numbers. What does it mean?
Well, it's about half a percentage point more than what we had on New Year's Day in 2023. So our population growing slightly. The combination of, quite obviously, the number of births, the number of deaths, and then migration resulting in more people being in the U.S. every 24 seconds.
Wow.
The projected world population starts the new year off with about 8 billion people worldwide.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Right now on Fox 17 News This Morning, we have an update to breaking news. 2 lives lost on New Year's Eve in this deadly Sumner County crash.
A new year means new laws in effect in January. One of those being cracking down on drunk driving. We'll tell you more coming up next.
Forecast for us, we're waking up this morning going from 30s to 40s, and then we tap the brakes when we get back to the 50s and bring in the next weather maker in your forecast.
And circling traffic at I-65 Trinity Lane on the north side of town. This is an area that gets busy before most other places, but it's fairly light. We're going to tell you what this means for the rest of your traffic coming up soon.
Yeah, speaking of pumping the brakes, right? Both in the forecast and on the roads this morning. A lot more folks out and about as we're getting back to work. Thanks for joining us for Fox 17 News. I'm Jennifer Waddell.
And I'm Erica Glover.
Let's get right to our top stories. New this morning, we have an update as 2 people are now confirmed dead after the crash we first brought you as breaking news. This time yesterday morning in Gallatin. We now know that, according to Gallatin police, 2 cars involved on Vietnam Veterans Parkway as we were going into New Year's Day right around midnight.
The drivers, Samantha Gant and Illyria Edwards, both died in this crash. And again, we're showing you photos on your screen. It's photos from Smoky Barn News showing the emergency response to this crash scene. Gallatin police say the cause of this crash, though, is still under investigation.
And this new year, you'll want to be aware of flu cases that are on the rise across Tennessee. CDC data shows that it's impacting some groups more than others right now.
Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar is telling us who may be impacted the most. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Erica and Jen. A medical doctor I spoke with from Vanderbilt says that children are actually the most vulnerable. CDC data says kids aged 0 to 4 have more outpatient visits for respiratory illness than any other age group. Symptoms include sore throat, headache, and nausea. The CDC says minorities are more likely to have more serious outcomes from the flu compared with white children aged 0 to 17. Flu hospitalization rates were 2.5 times higher among American Indian Alaska Native children, 2.2 times higher among black children, 1.7 times higher among Hispanic or Latino children. Dr. William Schaffner with Vanderbilt says these vulnerable age groups can be susceptible to death, like we saw the week of December 17th with a child. Schaffner tells me who else is most at risk and what you can do to be safe.
For people who are at higher risk of serious complications from these viruses, older persons, people with underlying chronic medical conditions, persons who are pregnant, people who are immune compromised. If you haven't been vaccinated, get vaccinated. And in addition, don't hesitate to put your mask on when you're going outdoors and to indoors crowded events.
He suggests contacting your local health provider to find out where you can get those up-to-date flu shots. Reporting live from Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
6:03, waking up here. Maybe this is your first work day of the brand new year. We're going to get you up, get you out the door. Let's look back, though, at the year that's on record now, which was 2023 when it comes to heat. The average temperature, which is when you add the nighttime temperatures and the daytime temperatures together, and then see what that number is when you average them out. 62.9 degrees. Previous record was 62.7 degrees back in 2016. So not much above that, but definitely trending in the hotter and hotter direction every year. This was also the U.S.'s least snowfall on record when it comes to across the entire country. Taking a look. Beautiful look at skyline here this morning. No fog. We have no rain. We have cold temperatures, so you're going to use the heater. You're going to have the winter coat this morning. Visibility tracker, not a tool that I need this morning, but we're going to be using it a lot tomorrow. And all of the cameras that we show you tomorrow are going to be on the foggier side. 44 degrees today. Tonight, down to 26. That drop in temperature and the fact that we'll clear out, but then build a little cloud cover by the end of the night gives us our chance for some fog in the forecast, and no wind will add to that as well. 46 for your Wednesday, 44 degrees on Thursday, 50 on Friday, and then mid to upper 40s for the entirety of the weekend. That big weather maker that could bring in some snow, we're going to look at that coming up in 5 minutes. Justin.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get over to I-65 at Trinity Lane. We kind of use this as a barometer to kind of see where traffic is for the morning. And so far, we have seen light traffic up here to the north of us here. A lot of people are using this as a travel day to go home. So we've seen an early traffic pop over near the airport. Things have calmed down since then over there. We're also seeing the return of the semi trucks out here on 65 a little bit, more so than we've seen in a few days over there in that direction. But so far, the commuter traffic, people going to work, going to school, is continuing to be a little bit light as more and more people still have not made that particular change as of yet. We'll tell you more about that throughout the morning.
Justin, thank you. There is a Tennessee law aiming to keep drunk drivers off the roads that is now in effect, and it is a law that requires GPS technology for interlock devices in cases of DUI.
All right, so let's check in on the newest law, and there are several here in Tennessee to kick off the new year. Fox 17 News, Peyton News joining us live in Nashville.
Good morning, Jen and Erica. So these interlock devices, those are put in cars, and that's ordered by a judge for DUI offenders. Now, what people do is they have to blow into the device, and if they blow over the legal limit, their car will not start. A state law allows these devices to get more information about the person that is using the device, and state data shows 1 in 7 serious injury crashes involves a DUI. Current law right now, when someone is prosecuted with a DUI and convicted, a judge orders the device to be put into their vehicle.
The department has seen cases where offenders have continuously let their children and others blow into the device and they have pictures of it, but because we don't have a geotag of where that activity actually occurred, there's no way to know what jurisdiction to prosecute that violation.
And with this new law, that geo-tagging feature is required on these interlocking devices, and lawmakers say this bill protects Tennesseans by lowering the number of impaired traffic crashes and deaths by also improving overall public safety. And lawmakers say that this will not impact anyone's privacy. I know that's a concern that some lawmakers raised in one of the Senate meetings, but not to worry. They say this will not impact anybody's private information. Reporting live in Nashville, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Peyton, thank you. You can always get more local reporting just like this delivered straight to your inbox by signing up for our Fox 17 News daily newsletter. It's right here on the homepage. You can sign up by going to our website. It's fox17.com.
Time right now is 6:08 as construction begins on the new Titan Stadium. There's a small city of trailers that are going to go up in that area. Our Justin McFarland is going to explain what we can expect coming up in minutes.
Middle Tennessee.
6:10 is the time. Few places in 2024 will see more change in the city of Nashville than the area around Nissan Stadium. In just a few weeks, the Tennessee Titans will break ground on something they're calling Titan Town. Now, what is that? Well, it's a 56 mini trailer city that will serve as the construction hub for Nissan Stadium. Now, if you're looking and saying, Justin, where's all this? Okay, well, you see Nissan Stadium right here. This is the parking lot for the stadium where the brand new $2.2 billion dome stadium will be built. This is the hotel and some of the restaurants there. And of course, this right over here in the corner is I-24. So you can imagine exactly right here, that huge area right here. This will be Shelby. This is where the stadium is going to be built. Right over here, closer to the old Shoney's and the Juvenile Justice Center, right over there, this is where that 56 trailer mini city is going to go. It's a place where job training will be available. It's also going to serve as the main hub for the construction site once it breaks ground.
It's going to include its own classrooms, some of which will be digital, some of which will be experiential. It will have conference rooms associated with it. It will have a separate entry point so that folks can come in who are not part of the construction project currently. They'll be able to access it to get job training, to get applications, to submit resumes, to do the sorts of things that are going to be part of the workforce development effort.
So again, the Titans are looking to make this a community effort as much as humanly possible. They're hoping that they will break ground on the stadium coming up here in the spring. And they're also hoping to have the whole thing done by 2027. The first event will be WrestleMania coming up in the spring of that year.
And a quick check of your forecast here on your Tuesday morning. What can you expect? No code red weather. We have cold temperatures to begin this week and to continue through the rest of this week when it comes to mornings especially. We're in the 30s on the right side of your screen, 20s overnight tonight, starting tonight. And we're going to keep that trend going until the upcoming weekend. Next weather maker does move in Friday night into Saturday. We're going to track that in a few minutes. Right now, back down to the roadways here and take a look at steer clear traffic.
6:13, quick look at steer clear traffic takes us over to the west side of town. This is going to be I-40, 46th Avenue through the nation. As you can see, traffic moving along fine. Good morning, Bellevue. If you're making that drive in from Bellevue, from Fairview, from out there in Kingston Springs, anywhere west of town, you're looking nice out there this morning. We'll continue to keep you up to date on the roads. Well, coming up, a complicated race to the top for both former President Donald Trump and the current President Joe Biden. We're going to tell you how scandals could be weighing down both of their campaigns. And a deadly earthquake shakes the western part of Japan. We're going to have more on the damage and the rescue efforts that continue on, plus the latest on how long the aftershocks could last.
Fox 17.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. 6:15 is your time right now and a live look on Lower Broadway. Happy New Year to you. If this is the first day that you're kind of getting back out and getting after it at work, hope you got a great first day back. As we take a live look on Lower Broadway, that's Bridgestone Arena, where the Preds are playing at home tonight against the Chicago Blackhawks. 7 p.m. puck drop.
All right, politics now, because the first voting of presidential primaries is set to take place in the Iowa caucuses in less than 2 weeks. I cannot believe that.
I know. We've got a rematch between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump that could be set up for November. Yes, we are now in the election year, but the legal clouds above each one of them means this year's campaign season is going to look nothing like 2020.
Fox 17's Scott Thuman has much more from Washington.
Campaigning this year could be complicated, to put it mildly, especially for those who appear to be the most likely of party nominees. After all, President Biden will begin the year still facing a potential impeachment if Republicans have their way, and Donald Trump, already twice impeached himself, is embroiled in a series of legal and civil cases spanning accusations of deceptive business practices to insurrection.
Whether it is a court that determines he's unfit to hold office because he took up force against our Constitution or because the electorate throws him out, I don't think it really matters if he's unfit to hold office.
For Trump, the calendar is crowded with hearings right in the middle of stumping season. A scheduled court hearing for defamation claims the day after the Iowa caucus. The week after New Hampshire votes, it's a marketing scam trial. The federal criminal trial surrounding efforts to undermine the 2020 election proceeds the day before Super Tuesday, and a scattering of other court actions taking place both before and after the Republican nominating convention.
I don't think there's enough here to justify a criminal prosecution against the leading candidate to replace the incumbent. That is what happens in banana republics.
And even if President Biden can avoid the harshest of House punishments with impeachment,
Representatives, what are you hoping to gain from an impeachment inquiry?
All I can say is Donald J. Trump 2024, baby.
his son Hunter will spark headlines with gun charges in February and still to be determined dates for tax-related crimes and possibly contempt of Congress.
Hunter Biden is of course not running for office, but in presidential politics, optics can matter.
Recent polling backing up that idea. 60% of voters say they believe President Biden participated in his son's foreign business dealings. As for Trump, 58% of voters told the New York Times they believe he has committed serious federal crimes.
That same poll reveals that more than half of voters have unfavorable views of both Trump and Biden, setting the stage for what could be a turbulent road to the White House. In Washington, I'm Scott Thuman.
Scott, thank you. And looking ahead to the new year, we want to know what you think of the future. Take a look right here on your screen. It is our X question, formerly known as Twitter, X. So what do you think Nashville should focus on when it comes to improving things in 2024? This is an active poll, but right now 68.5% of you all say crime. Crime is the issue that you think Nashville needs to focus on. This poll, by the way, like I said, is live, so you can go ahead and still cast your vote, or go ahead and reply to us. Again, it's our X page at Fox Nashville.
6:20 right now, and getting a check of our forecast with Code Red meteorologist Greg Bobus, who is here to tell us about changes that are on the way as we get into the new year.
Yeah, by the end of this week, big changes. Right now, we're kind of on a steady pattern here, and you educated me on something Preds-wise.
Okay, so we mentioned the Preds are at home tonight.
And we've been diligently looking around the station for
I mentioned Fang Fingers. Yeah. I just said Fang Fingers, and, that's something new for you guys.
It is new for me.
So,
yeah.
Bring it out. So
for all y'all who already know about this, you know about it.
So this was a thing that was born as we were making a run for the Stanley Cup several years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were some viral content creators that made a whole song and a music video about it. And so it's just the two fingers.
Oh, I like it. Bring them back.
So these are the foam ones that we found in the prop box.
And now it all makes
sense.
Thanks
to Erica Lathan, by the way, who reminded me where they were.
Well, you know what? Then let's get our forecast for tonight.
Let's do it.
Playing the Blackhawks.
Love it.
I mean, they've had this kind of ongoing standing rivalry.
Look at you. You had it ready to go, Greg.
Of course we do. Taking a look here. This is the temperature right around puck drop and then throughout the evening through your drive home. Partly cloudy, cold night, 32 degrees. Right side of your screen, we have temperatures this morning that are in the upper 30s. That tells you a big drop off in temperature by the end of the game, and that means overnight tonight, even colder than the night you're waking up from. We'll have temps in the 20s tomorrow morning. Today, lunchtime, 40 degrees at 11 o'clock, 43 at 1 p.m. Partly cloudy for lunchtime, mostly sunny by dinner time. We just don't get much better than the middle 40s. So what do our feels like temperatures give us? If you get up to the Cumberland Plateau, you feel like you are in the 20s. Coming up in a few, we'll look ahead to that weekend weather maker that could bring in a big shift in not just temperature, but also snow potential.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to I-65 and I-24. As you make that drive out there this morning, you can see traffic coming in from the north side. Not too bad at all, really. We're doing okay as you make that drive in from the north side. This is all of you coming in. Madison, Rivergate, Hendersonville, Goodlettsville. Could not ask for better traffic conditions right now. No school for most people out there, which means traffic should remain light for most of the morning.
All right, Justin, thank you so much. 6:21 is your time right now.
Yeah, so Japanese issues warnings to coastal communities after a major earthquake that crews say has killed at least 13 people. This is just a devastating update. We do have some video here to look at. A magnitude 7.6 earthquake right here, shaking a local television station in a coastal city. This happened yesterday, and it just sent people, as you can imagine, running for cover. Japan dropped its earlier tsunami alert yesterday, but told residents in coastal areas not to return home because the deadly waves threaten the area. Look at this. The powerful quakes also damaging homes and triggering building fires. Japan's weather agency reporting more than a dozen quakes off the Japanese island there. Aftershocks, though, could continue. Be careful over the next couple of days, so we'll definitely have some more updates.
I want to say thank you for waking up with us every weekday morning. We've always got you covered live through 9 a.m. right here for the Mid-State and Southern Kentucky. The live look into downtown Nashville. Kick it off the second day of January. 36 degrees in Nashville. Not too bad, right? For January especially. But we're tracking those big changes in your forecast. We'll have updates in minutes right here on Fox 17 News this morning.
Year, a new look. Welcome back at 6:24 Fox 17 News following a breaking news story off the coast of Japan. That's where 5 Coast Guard members are dead after a passenger plane collided with a Japanese Coast Guard aircraft. And we want to warn you, the video is pretty scary. So go ahead and take a look at some of the photos that we're putting together right here on your screen. The photos from our sister station showing the intense flames spewing from this plane. The burst of flames happening on the runway of Tokyo's airport there. 379 passengers believed to be on board got out safely before the plane was engulfed in flames. Now, the Japanese Coast Guard says the pilot of their plane escaped, but 5 crew members were found dead. This is a story that we will certainly share over on fox17.com along with updates throughout 9 o'clock.
Right now at 6:25, we're going to get a quick check of your forecast. Greg Bobus left us the Cliff Notes version as you get out the door right now. So I'll share with you that as you get out this morning, 7 a.m., looks like we could dip a couple of degrees, and that's typical. Right, we usually see it get a little bit colder before we have the warm up. So down to 34 around 7 o'clock this morning, 35 by 8. And then if you are, walking out the door at 9, maybe to go to the gym or to get off to work, hovering right around that 34, 35 degree mark. Little overcast to start your Tuesday, but things are going to shift as we get into the rest of the week. And Greg will break that down for us in a full forecast in just a few minutes.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's take a quick look here at what we are facing out there at I-40 at Donaldson Pike. As you make that drive towards the airport, you can see for yourself where I-40 is driving along here and meets Donaldson Pike. If you're trying to get to the airport, no problems. Some small delays maybe as you make that curve in there, but overall, not too bad at all, honestly, as you get towards the airport. We are accident-free so far across the Mid-State here this morning. We're expecting traffic to remain light. We'll see if Nashville drivers can hold up to their end of the bargain. But right now, we're doing fine. This is 24 Hickory Hollow Parkway out there near the Tanger outlets. Give yourself some extra space if you're headed out there this morning as you make your way out and about.
Thank you very much. A great sign for the Vols in 2024. We've got the highlights from the Citrus Bowl in minutes.
In the new year with
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Now on Fox 17 News this Tuesday morning, Nashville's roadways were a dangerous place for pedestrians in 2023, but we're going to tell you how crews are working to improve the situation.
And right now, a couple different live looks from the heart of Nashville. Happy New Year to you, and I hope your first day back for whatever you're doing is a good day. We've got you covered in weather, traffic, and local news headlines, especially as we go live through 9.
Steer clear traffic out there to I-24 Hickory Hollow Parkway. Smooth sailing so far. We're going to tell you where, if any, you can find some slowdowns.
And we, of course, want to start by thanking you for waking up with us here on a Tuesday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We are your live local news team through 9 a.m. And we start with a story this morning as Nashville, unfortunately, has found itself on a list of one of the worst cities when it comes to pedestrian deaths. In fact, for 2023, we've got the new statistics. 40 people died just walking the streets of Nashville.
Yeah, so we're seeing how our crews are working to make improvements when it comes to this. Most recently, police, though, say a man believed to be homeless was struck by a van. Happened Saturday just before 6 o'clock on Lafayette Street. It's at the Lincoln Street intersection. He died in the hospital. Police say this man, 29-year-old Tyrese Howard, surrendered himself to officers just yesterday, and he is now being charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving death and also failure to yield, along with some other charges. Listen here, though.
I feel like sometimes people think that all these lives lost is just the cost of doing business, and it's not. There are cities that don't have anywhere near this level of carnage and loss on their streets, and we can be one of those cities too if we are willing to make some changes and willing to make this a priority.
Now, speaking of making changes, Nashville just created their Vision Zero plan. They did that last year with the intention of trying to eliminate traffic fatalities altogether by the year 2050. That might seem like a tall order, but city leaders think if they can address safety issues and infrastructure improvements across the city, they could reach that goal by 2050.
Okay, so we're also talking about multiple new laws that are officially on the books for all of Tennessee. It happened in 2024. Several of them do target making our roadways safer. Take a look at your screen, because as of now, anyone who gets an ignition interlock device as part of a DUI conviction will also get a geotag. This geotag will keep track of where the person is. Tennesseans will now also see violations surrounding the state's hands-free law on your driving record. That's when you're texting and driving.
All right, and then also another new law for 2024 is going to require a food permit for folks who are over at the farmers market in Nashville.
2024 also showing a rise when it comes to flu cases. New numbers from the CDC show there has been a 16.1% increase in just the last week alone.
All right, so worst case scenario here is you end up in the hospital, or unfortunately, as we have already seen, we have had a death related to flu complications. So they're working to get the word out. We have Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar live this morning explaining what our health leaders are working to make sure everyone knows.
Yeah, our health leaders are making sure that everyone stays safe. And let's go back to one of the worst things that could happen is death. The week before Christmas, we do know that a child unfortunately died in Nashville, Davidson County. A Vanderbilt Medical Center doctor tells me it's important to take precautions to prevent something that severe. He advises to get your child vaccinated with the most up-to-date flu shots. And if they start feeling sick, to take them to your nearest doctor. They have medication they can give your child. Dr. William Schaffner with Vanderbilt tells me what some of the symptoms are to look out for in children.
Particularly children can be subtle as they get their influenza. They just don't feel well. Most of them do have a fever. They suddenly don't eat. They are sleepy. They're not as active as normal. They can cough, but they don't want to eat as much. They can get a runny nose and a sore throat, and they might get a cough, but not necessarily.
Again, he wants to remind everyone, parents especially, to take your child to get the most up-to-date flu shots. Flu shots, in some cases, with some insurances, can be free. To find out more about that, you can contact your local pharmacy. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Alrighty, Karen, thank you so much. 6:34 is the time right now. We promised a couple of minutes ago a more in-depth look at your forecast, and we've got Greg here now to look at the week ahead.
Let's get to it. Now, the week ahead, chilly. That's the only word here. I don't mean the kind that will like warm you up with a nice bowl of it, although it might be a good week for it, because we're going to be cold. Every morning, waking up in the 20s starting tonight into tomorrow. This morning, we're waking up in the 30s, and as always, we have your current temperatures and also your forecast for the next couple days ahead, scrolling on the right side of your screen even during the commercial breaks. Now, I got to talk about the word snow. There's a possibility if you're in Hopkinsville through Bowling Green, or if you are in Crossville down to the south and the east toward, I should say Cookeville down toward the south and east toward Crossville, you have the chance, small chance, 10%. There could be a few flakes flying on Saturday. That's our big weather maker that we're going to talk about here. I'm going to give you the probability of rain versus snow across Middle Tennessee, and also look at your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a good look here at I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard. This is that drive out there for you this morning as you make that drive in. We've got a tow truck on the scene already for you. As you make your drive in, you can see where the tow truck is pulled over to the side. Police are there dealing with that, causing slight delays back behind it. You can see where the traffic is slowing just a little bit. We checked that drive coming in from Murfreesboro. We're still under an hour. We're going to check in on some other areas of town coming up in a few.
Justin, thank you. Let's talk about sports now because the future is looking bright for Vols fans in 2024. Got the orange on. The University of Tennessee defeating the Iowa Hawkeyes in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. Did you watch?
I did, and it really wasn't even a game. If you look at it, you know, Iowa didn't even get on the board. Our quarterback for Tennessee, Nico Iamaleava is making his first career start for the Big Orange, and it certainly was one to remember. The freshman getting not one but 2 rushing touchdowns just in the second quarter, racked up an impressive 3 rushing touchdowns in all. In the fourth, James Pierce Jr. making an interception and has a clear shot down the sideline right there after a pick 6. The Vols shut out the Hawkeyes in Orlando, 35-0. Coach Heupel getting a shower of Cheez-Its.
I think we got to get used to saying that name.
Or you can just call him Nico. That's what the announcers did yesterday.
Did
you notice nobody wanted to touch pronouncing his last name?
I told you my husband was practicing with me.
Well, we were all practicing, but even the network announcers were like, no, we're just going with Nico.
Just ahead, though, sticking with sports, Michigan and Alabama facing off in the Rose Bowl. Michigan got a win that could be historic for more than just one reason. More in a couple of minutes. Stay with us and happy Tuesday.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Let's talk sports. A historic Rose Bowl. It was a big one.
Certainly was.
And a lot of people kind of hating on the SEC, saying, there's no SEC team now in the national championship.
Well, yeah, no future or current SEC team in the national championship game after that one last night. Michigan with the overtime win over the Crimson Tide, leading to a lot of sad Alabama fans here this morning. So let's take a look here. Top-seeded Michigan against 4th-seeded Alabama. It's only the second time in the 110-year history of the Rose Bowl that this game went to overtime, and the Wolverines were able to pull it off in OT. We're going to look at the winning play here. We'll see.
Very interesting, Greg.
That it is 97, the last time the Wolverines won. Tom Brady.
He was on the team.
He was on the team. But that's how far back we have to go. Tom Brady in his middle 40s was on the team the last time the Wolverines won.
Wow.
That's just how far back you gotta go. The Wayback Machine, keeping it cold here mornings especially. This morning in the 30s, tomorrow morning will be in the 20s, and the next 2 mornings after that as well. So the rest of this week will keep it cold. Also dry until the weekend. Friday night into Saturday, our next weather maker. Warmer next week. So the weather maker moves in, brings in a rain chance for most of us, but also a few snowflakes for a couple. Warmer next week comes after that weather maker that we're going to track here for you in about 5 minutes.
Steer clear traffic this morning, dealing with the leftovers of a crash here at Old Hickory Boulevard at I-24. You can see the Tennessee Highway Patrol just left the scene here with this crash. The flashers are still on from the vehicle here, but it should be much smoother sailing now that the authorities have left the scene of that particular crash there. You could try to take Old Hickory Boulevard if you need to get past, but honestly, it should be fine now.
Keeping drunk drivers off the road. A new Tennessee law is now in effect that requires interlock systems to have GPS tracking. More coming up.
9.
We have a breaking news update here on Fox 17 News about a small earthquake shaking things up on the second day of the new year, happening over in Rockville, Maryland. Crews reporting that a 2.3 magnitude quake came in just before 1 o'clock this morning. So maybe you're visiting the mid-state from that area. Just something to think about if you're heading back to your community. So far, though, no damages have been reported, but crews with the U.S. Geological Survey say they received more than 1,000 reports from folks seeing shakes over in the central Maryland and then northern Virginia area. It is a story that we're following over on fox17.com, so be sure to check that website out for the updates.
At 6:45 right now, a Tennessee law aiming to keep drunk drivers off the roads now requires GPS technology for interlock devices in some DUI cases. This is one of several new laws now on the books in Tennessee, and Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse is joining us live in Nashville with a look at what this means going forward.
Now, these interlock devices require DUI offenders to blow into the device before they start their car, and if they blow above the legal limit, their car will not start. And the state law allows these devices to get more information about the person that's using them. And right now, current law is when someone is prosecuted with a DUI and convicted, a judge orders the device to be put into their vehicle. And now under this law, any device will require GPS technology to tag the location of the car. And once you blow into the device,
it takes a snapshot, if you will, a geotag of that specific location, and it will not take another snapshot or another geotag until you try to start the car again. There are sometimes where they have to do random tests, and it'll take a snapshot or a geotag at that time.
and lawmakers say the technology, however, will not allow for continued tracking, and state data shows 1 in 7 injury crashes involves a DUI. And with this GPS technology, lawmakers say there are some concerns regarding privacy, but not to worry. They say that nothing will kind of hinder that. Reporting live in Nashville, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Peyton, thank you. We're also talking about hockey because the Nashville Predators are going to be taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. It's going to be tonight, 7 o'clock.
Preds defeated the Blackhawks twice already this season, looking to make it a lucky 3 tonight. The Blackhawks have had, I guess you could say, maybe a bit of a rebuilding year. So fingers crossed and fingers out for the Preds tonight. We're going to bring it back.
You're not going to stop with these fingers. Okay, it's fine. Show everyone.
Now, I probably should be careful with these little foam fingers. These are kind of old now at this point. These are vintage.
I'll get you some duct tape.
These are vintage the year that we made the run for the Stanley Cups.
Well, they might just bring it back. If they're watching right now, bring it back.
Bring it back, y'all? What do you say?
Those are really cool.
It's fun. It was fun while it lasted.
This was Jen's little education session for us earlier
Yeah,
in the morning to help us out. If you're going to the game tonight, nothing to worry about here, but we've been talking about rain and a weather maker and possible snowflakes for the weekend. So let's just start with that and then work our way back into the rest of this week. So here we go. This is that rain snow potential. Now, what is more likely? Snow cannot be ruled out in southern Kentucky and the Cumberland Plateau. Light. This is for Saturday. Rain, much more likely across most of Middle Tennessee. That'll be the case the entire morning and afternoon as you wake up. Not necessarily raining every hour of it, but the rain will be out there. Taking a look here. Sneak peek of Saturday moving forward. Once we get out of Saturday, things dry out for Sunday into Monday, and the weather maker becomes an influence for the East Coast and the Northeast. So maybe you have a flight out of town or folks coming into town, keep that in mind. Here's your 7-day forecast. 44 degrees today, 46 degrees tomorrow. This morning, no fog, fairly cloudy, sun coming up in the next 10 to 15 minutes here, depending upon where you're at across Middle Tennessee. And 46 tomorrow will be your temperature, but you will wake up to some morning fog we'll track for you right now. Look out your weather window.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
High surf and coastal floods along the California coast crashed and rolled into New Year's weekend. In Southern California, powerful waves pummeled Manhattan Beach in LA County, prompting this pier's closure through New Year's Eve. And the persistent water caused flooding in Orange County's Seal Beach. It has the owner of this restaurant hoping any damage will be manageable inside the building.
Listen to Off the Radar, new episodes every Tuesday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning at 6:50. Let's take a quick look here at I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard. We've been watching this disabled vehicle over here on the shoulder. We know THP was by here a short time ago to make a visit. We also know this was an earlier crash here that has since cleared out of the way, so traffic back open and moving a lot better in that direction there. Here's I-40 at Donaldson Pike out near the airport this morning. We're also doing well as the sun's starting to rise there across Middle Tennessee. We are looking really nice out there for your drive. We'll continue to watch things for you.
Justin, thank you. For a lot of folks, the start of the new year means new goals, but research shows that a small percentage of people who make resolutions have success.
But let's stay positive.
We're going to stay positive.
Yes. Janae Bowen shows us what you can do right now to achieve your New Year's resolutions.
It seems like everybody's talking about what they want to accomplish in this new year.
To reduce the amount of my visceral abdominal fat that I have.
60% of my income goes into savings.
I want to improve my posture. I feel like I have very poor posture. According to a poll from Forbes Health and one poll, getting in shape is the most popular New Year's resolution for 2024. However, according to The Ohio State University, only 9% of Americans who make resolutions complete them. 23% of people quit their resolution by the end of the first week. 43% quit by the end of January.
Okay, I'm going to go to the gym every day for an hour. No, you're not.
Lee Richardson, the CEO of the Brain Performance Center, a behavioral health center, says people fail their goals because they create unrealistic expectations.
So what I encourage people to do is say, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. And maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 45 minutes. But whatever you want to accomplish, set goals around that. Make sure that they're measurable. Make sure that they're realistic. And make sure that you can accomplish them.
She says it also helps to have an accountability partner.
And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with saying, can you check in with me every week to make sure I get this done?
That push could be what's needed to accomplish your resolution. In Washington, I'm Janae Bowens.
Winner, winner, prime rib dinner. Yummy. You wouldn't even have to go for the chicken this time. Where one winning ticket just cashed in on the big Powerball jackpot.
In the new year with
Good morning. 6:54 is the time. Right now, Fox 17 News showing you a live look of the downtown Nashville skyline, talking about the chilly temperatures, also talking about the chances for SNOW.
If you like the pretty snow that doesn't have a high impact on travel, you might get what you're looking for this new year.
What do you call it again?
Oh, the no worry flurries.
The no worry flurries.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the possibility of that. We'll have that much more to come coming up from Greg Bobus in just a couple of minutes.
At 6:55 right now, taking a look at how we're kicking off 2024 here in the U.S. as it pertains to the number of people. And our population is slightly higher than it was to end 2023.
Okay, so listen, it's a lot of numbers, but according to the U.S. Census Bureau, there were 335,893,238 people in the country at midnight. Okay, that was New Year's Day.
Yeah, and that's about a 0.5 percentage point higher from New Year's Day a year ago. And all the likely culprits, I mean, this is just common sense here. The number of people who were born, the number of people who have died, and the number of people coming to the U.S. from other countries, all resulting in an uptick in our population. By the way, the projected world population, this is always, I feel like, a question that people ask, oh, how many people are in the world right now? Mm-hmm. Okay, the number for right now, the projection is about 8 billion people.
All right. Hey, we talked about those no worry flurries. Code Red meteorologist Greg Bobus joining to talk about that issue. Or maybe not an issue.
Not an issue, but maybe you just want to keep it all away from you and you just want to handle some rain instead. It depends where you live when it comes to the rain, snow, one or the other for the weekend. Right now, we're talking about increasing sunshine for the rest of today and the rest of this week. So we're not going to see any problems in the rain, snow department till Friday night into Saturday. Big Blue H means tons of blue sky by the end of today as it moves overhead. And you'll see it here on Future Track. That is it. There will be a weather maker down to our south and our west. It begins to move in tomorrow and then go into Thursday, but it will stay south of us. Now, our southernmost cities in our southern tier of counties could see a brief light shower. Everyone else stays dry until the weekend itself. You can see even here's Thursday and Friday rolling all the way through, but yeah, there we go. Friday night into Saturday, warm front moves in. Rain first, snow for some, and then a big warm-up. A new look at Future Track and also my thoughts on who could see some snow as we go into our 7 o'clock half hour and become your only live and local news source all the way until 9.
All right, steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to the airport. This is going to be I-40 at Donaldson Pike. As you can see, traffic moving along without any issue. We had a little bit of a pop earlier this morning, but since then things have cleared up. This is 24 Waldron Road. You're making that drive out there through Laverne and Rutherford County. Smooth sailing for all of you out there this morning. No problems for you either. School gets back in next week. That's when everything could change.
Justin, thank you. Just a couple of minutes before 7 o'clock right now, and somebody's kicking off the new year on a high note. We have one winning ticket in the Powerball jackpot.
A single ticket in Michigan matched all numbers for Monday night's drawing, worth a whopping $842 million. Y'all, this is the 5th largest Powerball jackpot and 10th largest U.S. lottery jackpot ever won.
Cash value, if you opted for the cash value and after taxes and everything, it's still a cool $425 million. 6 winning tickets as well that matched all 5 white balls. For this drawing, none of those were in Tennessee or Kentucky. However, a few days ago, if you were watching yesterday morning, you know that we had a $1 million winner in Pleasant View. That's in Cheatham County, just up the road from Nashville. So congratulations.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
Got a question for you. Do you know someone who is a hometown hero in our community? Because if you do, all of us here at Fox 17 News, we would love to share their story.
Ponce Law, Fox 17, we've been teaming up for 3 years now. Cannot believe we started this 3 years ago, but we're continuing it into 2024, where we take your nominations for your hometown hero, and then we select one person to win every month. That person wins $1,000. And the way that you tell us about your hero is by going to poncelaw.com/hometown hero. And every month we nominate a new person to be selected. That person wins $1,000.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
According to the mayor, car thefts are up. Coming up, hear from someone who says her car was stolen.
Cold starts, some cloud cover for right now. When the sun returns, and how long we'll stay dry before a rain-snow combination moves into Middle Tennessee.
Smooth sailing this morning coming in from Rutherford County, but what about the rest of the mid-state? We've got some answers for you.
Hey, thanks for waking up with us here on Fox 17 News on a Tuesday morning. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We're glad to be your live local news team, always here for you through 9 a.m.
We're going to get started this Tuesday morning letting you know that the mayor just announced that car thefts are up right here in Music City.
And we have seen this across the mid-state. Karen Aguilar, our Fox 17 News reporter, live this morning after talking with somebody who got her car stolen. Karen, what went down with that case?
Yeah, I spoke with Natasha Wilson, who says her car was stolen right here at Station Lofts, which is supposed to be a gated community. And she tells me that the car was given to her by an organization, since she is unfortunately a traffic victim. So you can just imagine she was shocked to find her dark blue 2011 Hyundai Elantra stolen on Labor Day. She says it happened in the early morning. Now, she has to take other means to travel and tells me it's a hindrance to her.
I started to catch the bus, but my anxiety was just like, I'm not ready. So I pay, I want to say like $250 a week at Ubers. Just so I can have peace of mind that I'm going to be safe.
Peace of mind to be safe is very, very important. But, having your car stolen is a big deal. It costs a lot of money. It's a lot of trouble. You know, according to Mayor O'Connell, she's not alone in having her car stolen because 40% of the car thefts are actually Hyundais and Kias. We'll have more coming up for you in the next half hour. Reporting live from North Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
7:02. Take a look at your forecast. A lot of moving pieces late in the week. Right now, this is your story. Fairly cloudy. Sun has officially come up. We have temperatures that are in the 30s to start today. If this is the first day you've been awake this early in quite some time, winter coat, heater in the car, good to go. No fog, no rain, no visibility issues here on Visibility Tracker. However, tomorrow morning, we're going to have fog that moves in. Unfortunately, this is the big pivot in the forecast from cold nights to warm afternoons and better mornings. Saturday, weathermaker moves in. It's our next rain chance in Nashville. Half of an inch to an inch of rain is possible on that day. However, it'll be colder in the upper elevations toward the Cumberland Plateau. Light snow cannot be ruled out. We're going to really deep dive into this upcoming weathermaker coming up in the next check of your forecast. In the meantime, I want to give you your whole 7-day to finish out the rest of this week and get you toward Saturday. 44 degrees later on this afternoon. 46 tomorrow, 44 on Thursday, 50 on Friday. We will see our cloud cover get into some sunshine by the end of the day before sunset.
Steer clear traffic for you out there this morning. Let's get you over to I-24 Waldron Road. That is where we are dealing with clear traffic out that direction. We are running into a bit of a slowdown, though, coming in from Kingston Springs. Forgive us, that number is not correct because we're just learning about the slowdown right now. So this is going to be Kingston Springs to downtown Nashville. That drive coming in at around 34 minutes. There is a crash out there at I-40, very close to the McCrory Lane exit there around 194. So heads up as you make that drive westbound. So this is going out of town. So outbound lanes are going to be the slow down lanes. In this case, we'll continue to give you more details as soon as we learn more.
Justin, thank you. Well, Nashville is one of the most dangerous areas, I should say, when it comes to pedestrians. Now, Fox 17 News has learned that last year, 40 people died either walking or biking in Music City alone.
Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse is joining us live this morning downtown at the courthouse, where leaders right now are pushing for change as Nashville continues to grow.
That's right, Erica and Jen. So in 2018, Davidson County saw more than 200 pedestrian deaths, and city leaders are calling for some major infrastructure changes along with finding ways to lowering the number of distracted drivers. In 2020, 38 pedestrians were killed, that number dipping in 2021 before rising again in 2022. In 2022, 47 people were killed while walking on Nashville streets.
There are cities that don't have anywhere near this level of carnage and loss on their streets. And we can be one of those cities too, if we are willing to make some changes and willing to make this a priority.
Most recently, police say a man who was believed to be homeless was struck by a van on Saturday just before 6 p.m. on Lafayette Street at the Lincoln Street intersection. Police say 29-year-old Tyrese Howard surrendered himself to officers downtown. He is now being charged with leaving a scene of a crash involving a death and failure to yield, along with other charges after the victim died in the hospital. And the city has a Vision Zero plan to eliminate pedestrian-related deaths by 2050. Reporting live at Metro Courthouse, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, thank you very much. At 7:06 right now, Fox 17 News is taking a closer look at other big stories that will impact your new year. One of them is going to be everything around the new Titan Stadium, right? We've got a lot that's really going to kick into high gear. Justin McFarland is going to break down a little trailer city that's about to pop up, and he'll tell you what we can expect along the East Bank for 2024.
And just a reminder, Fox 17 News, your only local station with traffic and weather updates live from 4 until 9, showing you a live look over on Lower Broadway, talking about the Preds, cheering them on. More updates after the break. Stay with us. And by the way, happy Monday.
Go Brown is your
7:08 is the time, and few places around the city of Nashville will see more changes than the areas around Nissan Stadium coming up here this year. In just a few weeks, the Tennessee Titans will break ground on something they're calling Titan Town. Now, what in the world is that? Well, it's going to be 56 trailers. It's going to serve as a mini city that will be the construction hub for the brand new $2.2 billion dome stadium here. You can see where it's going to be located right to the south, right next to the Juvenile Justice Center here in downtown Nashville. And you can see Nissan Stadium there. The parking lot right next door is going to be the place where the brand new $2.2 billion stadium will rise. Those 56 trailers will serve as the hub for those brand new stadiums, and it will have everything there from classrooms to conference centers to anything they need in order to make sure the stadium happens.
And when I see this building, and we refer to it as the People's House, it means dozens of things. But it also means there are people in this city who are going to be raising their families in part based on this project. They're going to get a head start on learning a trade or growing their business so that they can work on other iconic projects in the future of this city. It means their legacy, their grandchildren will be proud that their grandparents have worked on buildings like that.
Now, the new Nissan Stadium, the domed one, is scheduled to be done coming up here in the spring of 2027. By the way, the very first event, not a Titans game, is scheduled to be WrestleMania when the whole building is finished.
7:10, look at your forecast here on a Tuesday morning, and this could be the first day we are back to normal here in 2024. Hopefully you had a good holiday weekend or a good holiday couple of weeks, depending upon whatever you celebrated. Here we go, though, we're back to normal. What does this mean, though, when we go toward the weekend? I've been talking about it here the last couple of hours, but if you're just joining us here at 7 o'clock, rain and snow are both possible on Saturday. If you're making weekend plans, that is the day we have to watch a little more carefully here. Rain is the most likely thing here across the majority of Middle Tennessee. Snow, though, portions of southern Kentucky and also portions of the Cumberland Plateau. Can't rule it out. However, we're not getting a lot of cold air that moves in. You need to have cold air to have snow. The track works for it when it comes to with this system moving in, but just not cold enough. So light snow showers for the plateau. Coming up in 5 minutes, we'll look at the map. I've got it kind of shaded out. Who has the best chance for some snow showers? And we'll also look at an increase in sunshine, but a dip in nighttime temperatures. That's coming straight your way.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a quick look here at I-65 at Armory Drive. That's over on the south side this morning. Things are rolling along just fine. You're doing okay so far this morning over there. Where it's not okay is over on the west side of town. This is going to be I-40, very close to McCrory Lane. That is where we've got the shoulder blocked off because of an accident in that area that is slowing traffic down. Fortunately, it's going outbound. So it's the outbound lanes here that is going to be affected. You could try to take Highway 70. That's Charlotte Pike that turns into Highway 70. If you can, that's going to be the best bet in order to steer clear from that area until they can get that crash completely cleared up. Well, it's an update to a story that we first brought you yesterday. An arrest made for the deadly hit and run that took place on Saturday. We'll tell you who. And tracking flu cases across the mid-state, the latest numbers and what health experts are saying that you can do to protect yourself.
A new look. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Time is 7:14. We have some breaking news in Operation Crime and Justice. Metro Police are right now investigating a killing that happened on Nolensville Pike. One man has died after a shooting that happened early this morning.
The suspect we are currently getting some more updates about, but we do know is not in custody. We're going to update you throughout this morning as soon as we get more information both on air and also, of course, online. Now to an update, a story we brought you yesterday. We now know the driver responsible for a deadly hit-and-run accident in South Nashville has been arrested. Showing you a photo in the upper left-hand corner here. Tyrese Howard surrendered himself to officers downtown Monday It admitted that, yes, he was driving the car that ultimately killed a homeless man who was crossing the street, according to Metro Police. Howard, though, is being charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving death and failure to yield involving death, driving on a revoked license, and a lot of other charges as well.
Right now we have health alerts as this new year is bringing a spike in the number of flu cases here in Tennessee. Now, when we look at nationwide CDC cases, we have also seen an uptick in the last few weeks. Flu cases have jumped about 16%. Fox 17 News had a chance to talk with the Vanderbilt University Medical Center doctor who expects numbers to continue to climb. The rise in flu deaths also a problem right now. In fact, we've had a pediatric flu death. In other words, a child who died from complications of the flu already in Tennessee. That happened the week before Christmas. That is the only flu-related death reported so far across Tennessee. But Dr. William Shafter with Vanderbilt tells us it's important to do things to keep yourself healthy and safe.
For people who are at higher risk of serious complications from these viruses, older persons, people with underlying chronic medical conditions, persons who are pregnant, people who are immune compromised. If you haven't been vaccinated, get vaccinated. And in addition, don't hesitate to put your mask on when you're going outdoors and to indoors crowded events.
Well, Dr. Schaffner, along with other medical experts, say you can go ahead and contact your local health provider to go ahead and make sure that you are up to date on your flu shots.
All right, if you're looking to get outside, maybe take a walk or a hike to improve your health this year, which can go a long way. Greg's here to tell us how the forecast is shaping up for that.
Yeah, maybe that's a resolution, or you just go scale. Holidays. I gotta get moving.
I feel that, man.
Whether it's one or the other or both, we're okay this morning. It's a little cold, so dress appropriately. We have temperatures that are in the 30s. Taking a look at our Broadway camera, nothing is happening. We're even seeing our cloud cover begin to break up a little bit outside. It'll be a gradual process throughout this morning into the afternoon. Right now, we are at 36, so we are cold. I don't usually show current temperatures, but if you haven't been waking up early here the past couple of days, this might catch you off guard just a touch. So just keep that in mind. Getting you that morning cup of coffee, maybe a second glass of coffee before you head out the door. Or cup. I don't drink coffee, so I said glass of coffee. Who gets a glass of coffee? Cup of coffee. 34 degrees at 7 o'clock, goes to 35 at 8. And then we kind of hover in this territory throughout the rest of this morning. Our sunrise was 20 minutes ago at 6:58. As far as moving forward, yeah, maybe you do want to get that exercise in. You're not going to have any rain or visibility problems today. However, this is going to be one of your daily routines, whether you're starting it or picking it back up, or you just kept going with it. Tomorrow morning, we'll have some fog in the forecast. The weather story, we are keeping it cold. We're dry until later this week. Warmer next week. The question mark has to do with this. Dry until the end of the week. Our next weather maker is going to move in, taking us into the weekend. Here's your 7-day forecast. You can see which day. If you're making plans this weekend, you are not picking Saturday as the outdoors day when it comes to mornings and afternoons. We will still be in the 40s, but rain chances and even some light snow chances for a couple of us. We'll keep our eyes on this throughout the rest of this morning as updates come into the Weather Center.
Still clear traffic at 719. A couple of things to note out there for your traffic, and we're going to begin here at I-24 Hickory Hollow Parkway. As you make that drive into town, you can see back there where the Tanger outlets are located. You can see the traffic out there starting to thicken up just a little bit. Not too bad. They haven't opened up shop out there yet, but when they do, things fill up fast over there at the Tanger outlet. We are watching a slowdown coming in from the west side of town. Kingston Springs at I-40, very close to McCrory Lane. We've got an accident involving a shutdown of the shoulder. You can see it's affecting traffic in both directions. Unfortunately, we do not have a camera out that direction, but you can see the impact it's having. 37 minutes on the drive. You want to take Highway 70 if you can through Pegram. Just keep in mind, could find some 18-wheelers, and Highway 70 and 18-wheelers not exactly made for each other.
All right, Justin, thank you. It's 7:20 right now. Just into the Fox 17 newsroom, Kentucky State Police are investigating an overnight crash involving a train and a car.
A CSX train hit the car when it tried to cross the tracks as the railroad crossing arms were lowering. Now, this is over in the Horse Cave area that is just northeast of Bowling Green. We do know 2 people were ultimately airlifted over to the University of Louisville Hospital, and we'll update you as police continue to investigate this.
And good morning to all of our friends this morning in Rutherford County. If you live in Murfreesboro, have you noticed more people? I'm sure you have. It is one of the biggest growing communities here in the mid-state. In fact, according to a new study out just now by Smart Asset, Murfreesboro is experiencing a population explosion.
Wow, the data says Murfreesboro experiencing 19% growth in the last 5 years alone, and a 2022 study ranking it as number 3 in its top boom towns
in all of America.
Whoa,
not just Tennessee. Murfreesboro has seen an increase in both the number of people, but also income levels, okay, and business growth as well.
It certainly feels that way traffic-wise.
Well, and then there you get to the growing pains, right?
All right, well, this is a good sign. Coming up, a great sign for the Vols in 2024, the highlights from yesterday's Citrus Bowl. Stay with us. Welcome back. 7:24 is the time, and folks born and raised here in the mid-state might have some Wild Horse Saloon memories. Think back, okay? Just last year, right here on Fox 17 News, we talked about how the 30-year-old business was closing up shop. But before Luke Combs takes over the space for his new bar venture, management taking to social media, sharing their official farewell message right here behind me on their Facebook page. They are letting everyone know that they're excited to announce that 2024 marks the beginning of a new chapter, adding that they extend their deepest gratitude to all who graced their stage, who danced on the dance floor, and then who sang along to all the great music. So here at Fox 17 News, we're curious, what are your Wild Horse Saloon memories? Go ahead and share by going to our X page. Our handle is @FoxNashville.
All right, I can share many. The Wild Horse has been
have good memories there.
Oh, man.
Justin and I were reminiscing about the show that used to broadcast from there in the 90s. Where they taught you how to line dance.
For some people, the Wild Horse and that show was the introduction to the Nashville.
Right.
The old Nashville network, for those who remember that. So certainly.
All right, we're going to get caught up in our feelings.
Let's
move on to sports news. Big headlines this morning, and the future looking real bright for the Vols after the big Citrus Bowl win over the Hawkeyes.
Yes, and that big win involved their brand new quarterback. His name is Nico Ilayimaya. I can't try it. I had it down. And Vince Ferrara from my sports show is going to be so disappointed with me.
Iya Maliava. Mali. Ava. Just call him Nico.
No, we can't do that because he's going to be here for a while.
He is.
And okay, listen.
Presumably.
The pick six.
Presumably.
He'll be here.
Yeah.
The pick six, he's got $1 million NIL though. He's not going nowhere. Listen, he made a big start for the Vols. He had 3 rushing touchdowns. Josh Heupel got dumped with Cheez-Its. The Vols win 35-0 over the Iowa Hawkeyes as they racked up another bowl victory to end their season.
Wasn't Nico very upfront in saying the only reason that he came to Tennessee was because of the NIL deal? He's from California.
He is from California.
And had no interest in the campus, no interest in the Tennessee community.
I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying
I mean, that was part of an interview where he said, I'm going for the deal.
Okay, well, listen.
So let's hope he stays, because that was impressive.
He's not going nowhere. He'll be here.
Say it with us, Greg. Iya Maliava.
Maliava?
That's pretty close.
We got time.
That's pretty close.
We got a
whole off season.
You were right,
we got now September to get it together, everybody.
We have a training course here. Hooked on phonics when it comes to quarterback names. Taking a look here. When it comes to probability of seeing light snow, this is going to be for Saturday. I stress Saturday. Hopkinsville up through Bowling Green, and then Cookeville down through Crossville. 10% chance of a few flakes flying, but I'm talking rain chances and how much we could see for the rest of Middle Tennessee coming up as we go into our 7:30 half hour.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take you back out to I-40. This is very close to McCrory Lane. We're still dealing with the leftovers of that crash that has been going on near Kingston Springs, or coming into Bellevue from Kingston Springs is more accurate. It's going in the westbound lanes, but we've been seeing the slow down even coming into town. 37 minutes on the drive. You can take Highway 70 is the best way to steer clear for now.
Nashville is one of the most dangerous areas if you're a pedestrian. What city leaders are doing to make Music City safer?
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Coming up, here are details on what you need to know about car theft in the Music City.
Waking up calm but cold this morning in the 30s. How much colder the next few nights will be before our next weather maker brings in rain, and I'm going to say it, a few more snowflakes for a few folks.
Steer clear traffic this morning, looking nice coming in from the airport. We're going to tell you about some other trouble spots, though.
All right, Greg, getting folks excited, or maybe not. Thanks for joining us here on Fox 17 News this Tuesday morning. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We're glad to be your live local news team, always here for you through 9 a.m. And new this half hour, getting to an update on a story that we've been following now for the better part of the last 6 months to a year. And that is the number of cars that are being stolen in Nashville. I mean, Metro Police say it all the time. City leaders say it. You've got to lock your car, take out your valuables. But still, even the mayor is now saying, as we start 2024, we have seen a huge uptick. And most of those cars that are stolen in our area are Kia and Hyundais.
It's concerning. Right now, Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar is joining us after speaking with someone who says her car, yes, it was stolen. So what's up with this, Karen?
Yeah, that's right. And about 40% of those cars are Hyundai and Kia, which the person I spoke with, her name is Natasha Wilson. She says her car was a Hyundai and it was stolen right out of her parking here in what she says is a gated community station lofts. And she says that, it was given to her by an organization since she is a traffic victim. Take a look at her car on your screen. That's what it looked like. It was nice and new, ready to be used. She was taking it for transportation as anybody would before she said it was stolen around 7 in the morning on Labor Day. Police data shows from December 24th to 30th, there were 166 cars stolen and nearly 6,000 cars stolen for 2023. So she's definitely not alone. Wilson tells us how she felt after her car was stolen and how it affected her.
It hindered my life day to day because not only I don't have transportation, I don't have peace. Because all I could think of is like, I'm not ready to be around people.
Yeah, it could be a nuisance for people having to waste money on Ubers, getting up earlier. There's a lot of things that stealing cars can hinder your life from doing, but there are safety measures that you can take, as Jen just mentioned. But some of those other safety measures would have to be, instead of just locking your car, making sure that you park in a safe area, knowing where it's at all times. And if for the very reason that, like Wilson, you park your car in a gated community and it still gets stolen, please contact police. Reporting live in North Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
7:33, looking at your forecast. I want to look back and then look forward because we have rain coming this upcoming weekend. What we talked about at the second half of last year, what we saw August all the way through December, where we just weren't getting the rain we needed. We had the drought monitor getting worse and worse. It was the first year since 2007 that we didn't hit 40 inches of rain. Think about that. The first time in 16 years we didn't hit the 40-inch rain mark here. That's 11 inches below our normal number for the year. So driest August through December since 1980. If you were alive, think back to where you were. If you weren't, that's another perspective. Taking a look here. 7-day forecast. I mentioned some rain for Saturday. 44 degrees today, 46 degrees tomorrow. Right side of your screen all the way through 9 a.m. Even during commercial breaks, you will get your current temperatures and that forecast for the days ahead. We'll track that next weather maker for you in 5 minutes.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to it. This is going to be I-40 at Donaldson Pike as you make that drive in from the Donaldson area out towards the airport. We're doing okay so far. The sun is up, so you may need those sun shades or that or at least that, divider there in your car, that sun shade in your car. Pull that thing down so you can make sure that you got, proper vision there. Other than that, you're good to go as the sun gets brighter and brighter in the sky. Here's 24 at Hickory Hollow Parkway, making that drive into town. Good traffic volume out there this morning. Nothing slowing you down other than what we continue to deal with over on the west side of town, coming in from Kingston Springs, 37 minutes about. Still dealing with the slowdowns that continue to clear up that accident over there very close to McCrory Lane.
All right, Justin, thank you. 7:35 right now. And in your community, Nashville continuing a reputation that we certainly don't want to have as one of the most dangerous cities for pedestrians.
In fact, we know 40 people died in 2023 walking or biking in our streets, and it has city leaders vowing to make some serious changes.
Right, so Fox 17 News reporter Peyton Muse is joining us live this morning downtown at the Metro Courthouse with what leaders are pushing for right now.
City leaders want to see change when it comes to pedestrian safety and even bicyclist safety. Now, in 2020, 38 pedestrians were killed. It was slightly lower in 2021, but then it came back up again in 2022, where we saw record-breaking pedestrian-related deaths, where 47 people actually died on Nashville street, walking on Nashville streets. And police say a man believed to be homeless recently was struck by a van on Saturday just before 6 p.m. on Lafayette Street at the Lincoln Street intersection. He died in the hospital. Today, police say 29-year-old Tyrese Howard surrendered himself to officers downtown. He is now being charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving a death and failure to yield, along with other charges. And Metro Council member Courtney Johnston says she would like to see more education, letting people know when it's safe to cross streets.
I see a lot of people crossing outside of crosswalks, and not just outside of crosswalks where there's no crosswalks. Sometimes they're very close to crosswalks, just 20 or 30 yards away.
Now, Nashville has a Vision Zero plan to eliminate traffic and pedestrian fatalities by 2050, and Mayor Freddie O'Connell says that this is a top priority for him. Reporting live at Metro Courthouse, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your code red station.
Peyton, thank you. We have a new DUI law now taking effect in Tennessee. We're going to break down what it would mean for drivers who are convicted and the concerns that some people are raising as a result.
Driving on the highway.
Coming up on 7:40 here on this Tuesday morning, a Tennessee law aiming to keep drunk drivers off the road is now in effect, and this law does require GPS technology to be used for some DUI cases.
Right, so let's take a closer look here at what this means going forward in the new year. This is an interlock device that is put on a vehicle in the case of a DUI conviction. An offender would have to blow into that device in order to start the car, and if they're over the legal limit, the car won't start and can't go. But a state law does allow these devices to get more information about the person using that device. State data shows that 1 out of 7 serious injury crashes does involve a DUI.
Now, right now, the current law is when someone is prosecuted with the DUI and convicted, a judge does order the device to be put into their vehicle.
The department's seen cases where offenders have continuously let their children and others blow into the device they have pictures of it, but because we don't have a geotag of where that activity actually occurred, there's no way to know what jurisdiction to prosecute that violation.
So lawmakers say this bill will protect Tennesseans by hopefully taking down the number of impaired traffic crashes and deaths that are out there on the road, and hopefully improving public safety.
Right, but lawmakers do stress this would not be used for continuous tracking, which would be a privacy concern for a lot of folks. And so as we look ahead to the new year, and we've got several new laws on the books, we were curious, what do you think about the future of Nashville in general? All right. Is there something in particular that you think Nashville should be focusing on to improve this year?
Well, so far, the crime rate is leading the way with close to 65% of you saying the crime rate should be the thing that the city should be focused on more than anything else. Closely after that is unsafe roadways that are out there at 22%. School issues, and that could encompass a lot of different things, at 9%. And then you can tell us how you feel with the other 4% down below. If you want to chime in for yourself, you can do so over on our X page or Twitter or whatever you want to call it here in 2024. You can find us at Fox Nashville.
The good news is you can still go to twitter.com.
We'll pull right on up.
That's the website
Still
for
working.
you. All right. 7:42 right now, getting you a Cliff Notes version of the weather real quickly here as we are approaching 7:45, the dog walking forecast for your day. So yeah, getting those little fur babies out there. Right around 35 at 8 o'clock this morning. As we get closer to lunchtime, warming up to about 42 and then 44 degrees by 2 o'clock this afternoon, and that looks to be one of the warmer spots of the day. So still chilly. Make sure you grab a jacket or a coat before you head out the door here this morning.
Steer clear traffic still following the leftovers of that crash near Kingston Springs. So if you're coming in from the west side of town, good morning, Pegram, Fairview, places like that, could be a slow go as some rubbernecking is going on. This crash is in the westbound lanes, but it's still slowing things down. If you're coming in on the eastbound side, 37 minutes, you can take Highway 70 to steer clear.
In the wake of the pandemic, one young woman has a mission to achieve her dreams. And Dennis Ferrier is going to share her inspiring story in minutes.
Fox 17 News.
Welcome back. 7:45 is the time. For many business owners, the COVID-19 shutdown of 2020 was a complete nightmare. But for one Springfield college student, she launched her dream.
Yeah, so taking a look at the positivity to come from all that, we have Alexis Ellis telling us that she used her time during remote learning to open up a coffee shop. And Fox 17 News' Dennis Ferrier is sharing her story now 3 years later as her dream is expanding.
Alexis Ellis took all of her classes in the back of a coffee shop in Springfield. 1 minute studying for a test, the next minute making a latte. It's how she built her dream, one sale at a time.
They crispy on the edges and soft in the middle.
This is the recently remodeled Coffee Brothers coffee shop in downtown Springfield.
So I came up with espresso cookies. So we've been making them ever since.
When we first introduced you to Alexis Ellis in 2022, all of her signs were handmade. That has changed. The 23-year-old has taken this little bare bones coffee shop and put it through a transformation.
You can't make money not working hard. You can't build relationships while sitting on your tail. You have to go out there. You have to be consistent. You have to work hard, work harder than the other people that are in your field doing the same thing. You have to bring creativeness to what you're doing because people don't buy mediocre.
That creativeness includes Alexis doing all of her classes and studying online in the back of the store.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
It included in-store tutoring for struggling high school students. As hard as she was working, she was still dreaming big. 6 months ago, she bought this Coffee Brothers food truck. It's been a big success. She knew it would, even as she suffered the doubting looks.
They didn't think I was going to make it 6 months. They really didn't think I was going to make it a year. Now I shocked them when I hit 2. And then when I got the truck, it was like, wow, hold on, she might be doing something, you know?
In the meantime, she is finishing school. Took her a little longer than she thought, but my goodness, she's been going to school while running a business.
My grandfather always told me, as long as you don't quit, I don't care when you finish. So I'm still holding on. People think I quit school, but I'm still holding on. And Alexis shall be walking across that stage in May, Lord's will.
And that might not even be the highlight of this year. You won't be surprised to learn Ellis has big plans for expansion, but those are all secret.
I want to tell you so bad, but I think I'm going to be quiet.
Okay, secret. You can't reveal your business plan.
Just know that 2024 is going to be the best year yet for Coffee Bros. Even when you think we're not coming, and even when you don't see us coming, we're coming.
Alexis even found time to run for alderman. She lost that race, but learned a lot. Don't be surprised if there's a political future for this ambitious young woman. I'm Dennis Ferrier, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Thank you so much, Dennis. That is the kind of inspiration that we need on the second day of 2024, which in fact, it's Tuesday. Earlier I said happy Monday. The days are off, but it's Tuesday.
You know what I loved? Something that she said that I think will stick with me. She said, nobody buys mediocre.
True.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that.
And as long as you don't quit, it doesn't take how long it takes you to get from point A to point B to C and to D. Just keep going.
Yes.
And things will get better. Don't put yourself in a box when things have to be done.
Yeah.
Just keep going forward.
Keep moving. I love it.
What a good story. Thank you, Dennis. Taking a look here at our forecast. We're talking an event here. Now, we know Predators and Blackhawks. They've had quite the history here. And Erica's putting it on right now, so if we at some point can go back to the anchor desk. No, not right now. Here, you know what? Give it to me. Here, because I learned something earlier. Yeah. This is Jen. What is this?
My mic's on.
The Fang Fingers. Yeah, I didn't know about this from the Stanley Cup run. But this is the thing, and this is awesome. And we found this in our prop box. And so if you're going to go out and you're going to support the Preds, here's your forecast. 32 degrees, partly cloudy. It will be a cold night for us here. So keep that in mind. You're bundling up. You're making sure we have winter coats this morning. The afternoon, you'll still want it as well. The cloud cover beginning to break, and it will continue to into the afternoon. Here is your jogging forecast. Maybe you're trying to get a couple of pounds off that you put on over the holidays. Thanksgiving, all of the December holidays, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. This is not going to be a day where we have to worry about rain or fog. Just a little bit of a chill out there. Not much wind though. So not a wind chill this morning, just temperatures that are on the right side of your screen. They match what it feels like out there. Next good chance for rain will be Friday night into Saturday. And I'm working on a brand new look at future track here as we go into the next 10 minutes that we'll take a look at. High pressure moving in for now, which does mean sun for the immediate future. We'll look ahead to that weekend rain and track it hour by hour coming up in a few minutes. Right now, we'll take a look at steer clear traffic.
Alrighty, Greg, thanks so much. Steer clear traffic time. Yeah, we've got a live look from I-65 at Trinity Lane. Definitely slower this morning than the last, I'd say, week or so, but still not back to pre-Christmas traffic levels, which is good news. So all in all, looking pretty good in the heart of your Middle Tennessee commute. No major crashes in the Nashville loop. We've been tracking a couple of tractor trailers involved in a crash out by McCrory Lane, but that's outbound, like you were going to Memphis. So just heads up on that. And also getting reports of a crash just south of Manchester along I-24. Several cars involved in a crash in the westbound lane. So that would be inbound to Nashville from places like Pelham, Hillsborough, and parts of Manchester. So again, no major problems in the heart of Nashville. You're looking good on your mid-state commute right now.
Right now, though, in Operation Crime and Justice, want to show you some photos here. Okay, a car crashing into this house off Francisco Road. This happened on New Year's Eve. Dwight McKendrick, right here on your screen, is accused of driving under the influence. That's according to sheriff's deputies. The good news is no one inside this home was hurt, but look at the damage to the front of this home. The bricks shattered, ripped right off. McKendrick, though, is set to appear in court in April.
It's 7:52 right now on your Tuesday morning, January 2nd, and we're taking a live look at the sun coming up over Middle Tennessee. What a beautiful start to the day. Little chilly, but above freezing. We're going to get an in-depth forecast as we get closer to our 8 o'clock hour and track that chance for snow approaching the weekend.
Ready? Ready.
Good morning and happy Tuesday to you. Showing you a live look from our City View camera of the downtown Nashville skyline. The sun is just starting to peek out. I always want to let people know that if you want to check out the cameras that we have, go to fox17.com. We have the Nashville cameras. That way you can check out the sunrise we showed a couple of minutes ago. It's beautiful.
It really is.
It's chilly out there, but a solid start to the first Tuesday of 2024.
Well, somebody is kicking off the new year with some...
another solid start, you could say?
You could say, with some extra coin in the pocket. We had one single ticket bought in Michigan that matched every number in the Powerball drawing. The jackpot was at $842 million. Cash out value of this, so if you take the cash option after taxes, you are looking at just over $420 million. Wow. $420 million What's the first thing you do?
Oh.
First thing. Quick. What do you
Hire
do?
a lawyer.
That's you know what? That's exactly what I told my husband because he asked me that question.
Absolutely.
And he panicked. He goes, "Wait, what? What do you mean? What? Hey, what do you mean you're hiring a lawyer?" I said, "Calm down, man. That's the first step.
We got to get our...
You have to get the financial ducks in order.
Correct.
Before you start spending.
And I'm still not letting anyone know.
Before you start spending, you got to get that, sound financial advice.
I'm even still coming to work.
That way nobody really knows?
That's correct.
Greg, what's the first thing you would do besides, get a financial planner or lawyer?
Well, of course, yes. The financial plan is a very big thing here. I would buy my favorite meal and just sit there and just stare at the thing and go, I can't believe it's real.
Just soak it in.
Simple. And then 70% goes to charity and friends, the rest investing and saving.
Yeah.
Because that much money can be dangerous for people. So
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Give it away, give it back to people that need it. Taking a look here. Future track, high pressure inset here for this afternoon toward tomorrow. That means some sunshine today and sunshine for your Wednesday. However, if you are in our southern tier of counties, watch what happens tomorrow into early Thursday. We have a few streaks of some green that move through that might clip our southern viewing areas. So we might have a little bit of rain that moves in, say, Lawrenceburg, all the way out through Lewisburg. And we're going to talk about rain that moves in for the weekend, but today that's not the case, not at all. 37 degrees. And we're mainly cloudy for right now, but those clouds are going to break up for us here. Going into your 8 o'clock half hour, as promised, I have got a look at the weekend and future track. We're talking rain and maybe even snow for some, with a big warm-up Saturday into Sunday and Monday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get over to I-65 at Boers Lane. You make that drive in from the Franklin area. Good morning out there, Williamson County. Happy New Year. Things moving along just fine out there for you guys. No big problems as again, school gets back in session next week for many of us, which means that all of this will get back to the more normal flow coming up here next Monday and then Tuesday and then a Wednesday, where things will look very different than this.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
Hey, we have a question for you. Do you know someone who is a hometown hero in your community? If you do, Fox 17 News, we would love to share their story.
Yeah, it's all about just highlighting the good, the positive, the encouraging right here in our own backyard. And it's through our Hometown Heroes program that we have with Ponce Law, recognizing everyday people doing extraordinary things. And the best way for you to tell us about your hero is by going to poncelaw.com/hometownhero. Every month, we take a look at all the nominations, narrow it down to one person to be featured right here on Fox 17 this morning.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
Right now, we're taking a look at what's trending over on Fox17.com. And here's one story that caught my attention. We're getting a first look at the babies. The first babies born mere 16 seconds into the new year. It's an annual tradition to share the babies who were born,
And
so
they're sweet too. So as Erica mentioned, this is over on the website Fox17.com, where you can also, by the way, if you want to go and see what's trending and read this story, a reminder, you can always stream our newscast every morning. So say you've got to hit the road, you could listen in your car. You could have us on in the background while you're at work on your computer, on your desktop. So just another resource for you as we work to keep you updated live and local through 9 a.m.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Coming up, here are new numbers on car thefts. The mayor says they're up.
And our forecast here, maybe this is your first day back of the brand new year. Weather pattern stagnant for right now, but the next weather maker moves in and could impact your weekend plans. We'll track it in a few.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. 40 at 46th on the west side of town. Things are much easier for you. We'll tell you about an earlier crash.
All right, thanks for waking up with us here on a Tuesday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We've got you covered as your live local news source through 9 a.m. And here at Fox 17 News, we've been documenting for months now the rise in the number of cars that are stolen in Nashville. It is still an issue here as we kick off 2024. In fact, the mayor of Nashville says something's got to be done to stop it.
Okay, so what can you do to prevent this? Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar speaking with someone who says she got her car stolen. Good morning, Karen. Not the way to start 2024.
Good morning, Erica. Yeah, those numbers are astonishing for 2024. It's something that, as you've mentioned, we've been tracking over the past year and still hasn't ceased. And one of the victims of her car being stolen is Natasha Wilson. She actually lives in the apartment complexes behind me. They're called Station Lofts in North Nashville. She says this is a gated community, and she didn't expect she'd be getting her car stolen on Labor Day, causing her major problems. She tells me she's had to take Uber to work and pay hundreds of dollars and can't find a way to get transportation. You know, times are tough. She's one of many people who have been left without a car. New police data shows from Sunday the 24th to this past Sunday, 166 cars have been stolen. The overall amount is nearly 6,000 for 2023. Wilson says for Kia and Hyundai owners, there is a trend that officers warned her about when they went to her place to take a police report.
One officer was like, yeah, it's a big thing that's going around the world. Hyundai and Kias are getting stolen. They're stealing the cars by using their USB ports and things like that. I'm like, I really didn't know.
Yeah, well, the Kia Boys, for those who don't know and are watching, is basically a viral TikTok trend where people easily break into Kias or even Hyundais that are a certain year, and so it's important to take notice of that. It's obviously not funny. People are suffering from it. And coming up in the next half hour, we'll give you some tips that could potentially help you from preventing to help get your car stolen. Reporting live in North Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Just after 8 o'clock here on your Tuesday morning, taking a look at your Code Red forecast. And we're not going to be in Code Red for the weather. However, we're cold. And we're going to continue to keep that trend for the rest of this week when it comes to nighttime temperatures. And that means when you wake up each morning with our sunset getting so late, or I should say so early still, and our sunrise being so late, that when you don't have those numbers spread apart, you have that very cold start to the day. So here we are in the 30s, right side of your screen. Tomorrow morning will be even colder than this. Thankfully, no wind. Numbers on the right side of the screen almost identically match what is happening right now. Upper 20s and low 30s. Here is your 7-day forecast and what we're moving forward to. We're talking about temperatures that will be in the middle 40s today, tomorrow, and Thursday. This morning, clouds are breaking up. Tomorrow morning, we'll be talking about fog and trying to lift that fog leading into a mostly cloudy afternoon. Look at what you wake up to. 20s tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, and Friday morning.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Look at the start we're getting out in Bellevue. This is going to be I-40 near Highway 70 out there. We were dealing with a major slowdown out here a little while ago, very close to the McQuarrie Lane area, a few miles from here because of some major crash that happened overnight. Now we understand that crash is fully clear and traffic is flowing yet again very smoothly in both directions. Thankful to see it out there as you make your way out and about in that particular part this morning. We're going to check in on other sides of town coming up in a few, but good news as you make your way in from Bellevue, Kingston Springs, and Fairview.
Justin, thank you. Hey, if you're a pedestrian, Nashville at sometimes can be one of the most dangerous areas to be in.
Yeah, in fact, when it comes to new information regarding last year, we've learned that 40 people died walking or biking in Music City. And there are a lot of groups trying to change that and make Nashville a safer place for pedestrians.
Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse is joining us live downtown at the Metro Courthouse, and she is hearing from leaders pushing to make some changes as Nashville, Peyton, just continues to grow.
And that's right, Erica and Jen. So in 2018, Davidson County alone saw more than 200 pedestrian-related deaths. And now city leaders are calling for some major infrastructure changes to make Nashville roads safer. Now in 2020, 38 pedestrians killed. That number dipped in 2021 before rising up again in 2022. In 2022, 47 people killed while walking on Nashville streets.
There are cities that don't have anywhere near this level of carnage and loss on their streets. And we can be one of those cities too, if we are willing to make some changes and willing to make this a priority.
And that was Metro Council member Sean Parker. And most recently, police say a man believed to be homeless was struck by a van on Saturday just before 6 p.m. on Lafayette Street at the Lincoln Street intersection. Police say 29-year-old Tyrese Howard surrendered himself to officers. He is now being charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving a death and failure to yield, along with other charges after the victim died in the hospital. Now, the city has a Vision Zero plan to eliminate pedestrian-related deaths by 2050, and Mayor Freddie O'Connell also says that this is a top priority for him. Reporting live at Metro Courthouse, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Alrighty, Peyton, thank you very much. Construction is starting this year on the new Titan Stadium. So many changes are coming to Nashville, and we're going to see a small city of trailers pop up in that construction area. Justin McFarland's going to tell us what that will look like as we move forward.
And you can always see the weather updates right here on the right side of your screen, even during commercial breaks. Justin McFarland making sure you stay safe on the roads as you start your day. And coming up, our Code Red meteorologist Greg Bobus going to share the very latest in our forecast. It does include the possibility of some snow.
Celebrity name that too.
8:09 is the time here on this Tuesday morning, and a few places will see more changes in 2024 than the area around Nissan Stadium. In just a few weeks after the Titans season finally finishes up, they will be breaking ground on something they're calling Titan Town. What is Titan Town? Well, it's going to be this group of trailers right down here, right next to the Juvenile Justice Center here in downtown Nashville, right off of Interstate Drive, very close to the old Shoney's down there. This is going to serve as the hub for the Titans' brand new $2.2 billion stadium. It's going to be the most visible change to the stadium area until they break ground in the parking lot right here, where the brand new Dome Stadium will rise in the coming years. There's going to be 56 of these trailers here, and some of them will include classrooms and conference rooms. The Titans say they could not be prouder of their efforts so far.
There hasn't been a meeting that I've been a part of where we talk about the participation of local and diverse vendors on this project where I haven't gotten a little bit emotional about the idea that this is not something where we are going to just follow contracts. We are going to do the right thing. We are going to be creative. We are going to be thoughtful, and we are going to do the right thing. I just promise you, that's our attitude. That's our spirit. That's our intent.
Well, the brand new Nissan Stadium is set to break ground coming up here in the spring, right here in the parking lot. Of course, there will be changes coming up next year to all the parking for Titans games because they're still going to play right over here at Nissan Stadium coming up here in the fall. By the way, the brand new Dome Stadium will be done in 2027. The first event won't be a Titans game. It's scheduled to be WrestleMania.
8:11, taking a look at your forecast here on your Tuesday. Maybe starting off your week here for the first time, getting up, getting out the door with us here. Thank you for waking up with us. This is not today. So if you're looking, look up at your screen, off the phone. Give me a little bit of your time here. This is the weekend. Do you have plans on Saturday? Friday night into Saturday. We are going to get rain that moves in. This is the timing right around 3 a.m. Friday night into Saturday, and this will continue to take us through the rest of Saturday morning into the afternoon. And that will be what we have to deal with. Now, if you are in the Cumberland Plateau and you pick your phone back up, put it back down again. Light snow possible for you in the Cumberland Plateau and in portions of southern Kentucky. What I mean by light snow, not a lot to worry about here. However, your Saturday will bring in about a half of an inch to an inch worth of rainfall that is much needed because we continue to linger in our drought that we started at the end of 2023.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-40 here at Fessler's Lane, making that drive in from the east side. We're doing really nice out there so far this morning. No big problems for you as you make that drive in from places like Donaldson, from Hermitage, from Mount Juliet, from Antioch. You're doing well. School gets back in next week. That's when we expect the traffic to return. Well, coming up, we've got an update to a story we first brought you yesterday. An arrest made for a deadly hit and run that took place on Saturday. Plus, we are tracking flu cases across the state of Tennessee, the latest numbers, and what health experts are saying that you can do to protect yourself.
Chronic back problem.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. 8:15 is the time. New right now on Operation Crime and Justice. Metro Police are currently investigating a homicide that happened on Nolensville Pike.
Police say one man has died after a shooting that happened around 1 o'clock this Tuesday morning. The suspect, though, is not in custody. Of course, Fox 17 News will update you throughout this morning as soon as we get more information both on air and online.
And right now, Fox 17 News getting you updated on a story that we first brought you yesterday as breaking news. The driver responsible for a deadly hit-and-run accident in South Nashville is now under arrest. We understand he turned himself in.
Yeah, Tyrese Howard, the man on your screen right here showing you a photo, surrendered himself to officers downtown yesterday and admitted that he was driving the car that ultimately killed the homeless man who was crossing the street. That's according to Metro Police.
Yeah, Howard right now being charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving death, failure to yield to a pedestrian resulting in death, and then also driving on a revoked license.
At 8:16 in your news, health news, I should say, this new year, you should be aware that flu cases, according to some health experts, they are on the rise.
Yeah, the CDC reporting an uptick in the last few weeks. They say that just over the last 7 days, for example, flu cases have jumped more than 16%. We have a Vanderbilt University Medical Center doctor who says he does expect those numbers to continue to climb.
Well, the rise in flu deaths does come just after the Tennessee Department of Health announced the death of a child the week before Christmas. We also know it's the only flu-related death reported across the state this flu season. However, Dr. William Schaffner with Vanderbilt says that it's important to keep safe. Listen here.
For people who are at higher risk of serious complications from these viruses, older persons, people with underlying chronic medical conditions, persons who are pregnant, people who are immune compromised. If you haven't been vaccinated, get vaccinated. And in addition, don't hesitate to put your mask on when you're going outdoors and to indoors crowded events.
Dr. William Schaffner, who you just heard from there, and other medical experts say that you can always contact your local health provider to make sure you're up to date on the most recent flu shot. And we do have some more updates for you over on fox17.com regarding all of this.
Well, it is approaching 8:18 right now, and our Code Red meteorologist Greg Boas has been busy this morning checking in on all these updates over the next week or so regarding changes to the forecast.
Yeah, the big changes come on Friday night into Saturday.
Okay.
Between now and then, just brace for cold.
All right.
And then on and off clouds.
Kind of status quo for the next few days.
Kind of status quo. Okay. Do you enjoy a good buffet?
Yes.
Well, it depends on if I'm wearing the right pants. Carry on.
They have to have elastic. I'm just saying. That's the way to go about it. Oh, and a big bag. A big bag with him, just saying.
Is it National Buffet Day or something?
Of course it is.
Okay.
So get yourself a good meal. Maybe this is one last cheat day before you start your resolution of all your exercising. That's your excuse here today. Taking a look, as Jen was mentioning here, this is the weekend. Now, I do not want to scare you. I just want to make you prepared if you're in a few spots that there could be a few isolated snowflakes that are flying in the Hopkinsville area up toward the north and east through Bowling Green, and then also Cookeville down toward the south and east through Crossville. If you're not shaded in blue, doesn't mean you might not see a flake or two, but those are the areas that have a 10% chance. We're not talking about a home run here when it comes to a snow potential, but rain gear up for it. About a half of an inch to an inch of rainfall possible late Friday night into the first half of Saturday, and then we'll dry out and get a little bit warmer. But we're cold for right now. Nighttime temperatures even colder starting tonight. Right side of your screen. We're in the 30s to kick off this morning. We'll be in the 20s starting tomorrow morning. We'll get a look at future track in the short term and also for the weekend and your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, getting you back out on the roadway.
Steer clear traffic this morning looking great. This is Vietnam Veterans Boulevard here coming down near Gallatin Pike from Sumner County. Good morning out there coming down from Hendersonville. Could not ask for a better drive out there as school again still out out there. So a lot less people on the road than this same time next week when things will be very different. Here's 65 at 24. Minor delays, minor accidents, but right now we're accident free out there on the roads. We'll let you know if anything changes.
All right, Justin, thank you. Just in this morning, Kentucky State Police investigating an overnight crash involving a train and a car. We understand a CSX train hit that car when it tried to cross the tracks when the arms were coming down. This happened in Horse Cave, northeast of Bowling Green.
We also know 2 people were airlifted to the University of Louisville Hospital. We'll be sure to update this story over on Fox17.com as police continue to investigate. Hey, attention, Murfreesboro. Have you noticed perhaps more traffic and people out and about in the community? I mean, of course you have.
We understand this morning, according to a new study from Smart Asset, Murfreesboro is, in fact, in the middle of a population boom, confirming what we've already suspected. 19% growth in the last 5 years in the population, and a study recently ranked it top 3 in the boom towns in all of America.
Wow, citing that Murfreesboro residents have seen an increase in income when it comes to, I should say, an increase in income and also in business growth. And like I said, just a whole lot of traffic in that area overall.
Good morning, Rutherford County.
Hey, coming up, a great sign for the Vols in 2024. I mean, Vols fans are just feeling fantastic. The highlights, we're going to share them from the Citrus Bowl on New Year's Day. Stay with us. Happy Tuesday.
I'm Jordan.
Welcome back. 8:23 is the time, and folks born and raised right here in the Mid-State might have some Wild Horse Saloon memories. Kind of think back, jog your memory. Just last year, right here on Fox 17 News, we talked about how the 30-year-old business was closing up shop before Luke Combs takes over the space for his new bar venture, though. Management sharing their official farewell message right behind me here on their Facebook page. They are letting everyone know that, yeah, they're excited to announce that 2024 does mark the beginning of a new chapter. Adding that they extend their deepest gratitude to all who graced their stage, who danced on the floor, and who sang along to the music. So here on Fox 17 News this Tuesday morning, we are asking if you have any Wild Horse Saloon memories. You can go ahead and share your memories by grabbing your phone and then going to our X page, formerly known as Twitter. Our handle is @FoxNashville.
8:24, checking on your forecast here, getting you out the door, then working you into the upcoming weekend. Here we are at 33. That's how we feel. The difference this time of the year, we start showing the wind chill values of the air temperature and also the dew point combined and how it feels on your skin. 33 right now in Nashville, and lower 30s almost across the board here. A few spots popping up here in the upper 20s, but not too bad. We're going to be about 5 to 8 degrees colder this exact same time tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind. Colder air ahead of us, mainly cloudy for right now, but not a whole lot happening on downtown. Cameras here for us. This is Lower Broadway, and yeah, this was a place to be over the weekend. Now we're back to business as usual. Beer trucks, cranes, construction crews. Taking a look, I promised to work into the weekend. How do we get from here to there? 44 degrees today, 46 tomorrow, 44 degrees for your Thursday. 50 on Friday, not bad to end the week there, but the nighttime temperatures the next 3 nights will be in the 20s.
8:25 is the time. Let's take a quick look. Steer clear traffic south side of town. That's I-24 at Armory Drive. As you can see, traffic moving along without any problems. We're not expecting a whole lot this morning. That is because of school still being out. So even though the holidays are over, a lot of people are still off of work and school. They'll get fully back into the routine coming up next week.
All right, let's talk sports headlines here on your Tuesday morning at 8:26, and it's all Vols. Future looking real bright for fans of the Big Orange. UT beating the Iowa Hawkeyes in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
And it was all about their star quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, making the first career start for the Big Orange, and it was one to remember as he had rushing touchdown after rushing touchdown after rushing touchdown. Watch number 8 here. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come as he takes it into the end zone here. All the highlights feature the Vols because, well, they scored all the points. 35-0 final score as the Volunteers take a shutout into the offseason after a big win over the Iowa Hawkeyes.
That's got to feel good.
It's got to feel good.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Gatorade bath afterwards, yeah, that's not Gatorade. That's Cheez-Its. I'm sure that's itchy, too.
Courtesy Joe Milton, who sat out that game so he could focus on the draft.
You got plenty of arm strength left to get that Gatorade bottle up there or the container up there. So good luck for the Vols, and spring ball is the next time we'll see them on the field.
Nashville is one of the most dangerous areas for pedestrians. What city leaders are doing to make Music City safer. Next. New year, a new look.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
The mayor just announced that car thefts continue to rise. You'll hear from Metro Police and me in regards to what you can do to prevent your car from being stolen.
Waking up here, the sun trying to break through the clouds. By the end of the day, it's going to do that, but it's not going to warm us up all that much. A big change in our weather pattern by the end of the week coming up in your Code Red forecast.
Steer clear traffic at 24 Haywood Lane. Nice drive in from Antioch. We've got the rest of your traffic coming up in a few.
All right, want to thank you for waking up with us here on a Tuesday morning for Fox 17 News. If I clear my throat, I need some more coffee. But hey, we're feeling good.
You got it.
Good start in 2024. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. We're glad to be your live local news source, always here for you through 9 a.m. When the other stations go to that network programming this time of the morning, that's never live. That's all pre-recorded, but we've got you covered. And we begin this half hour right now with an issue that has been plaguing Nashville for months now. The number of car thefts off the charts. The number of guns stolen in some of those car thefts, also a big concern for Nashville. The mayor of Nashville, Freddie O'Connell, saying that we have seen an uptick in the last year that we've been documenting. And now, as we get into 2024, what's going to be done about it?
So our Fox 17 News reporter, Karen Aguilar, is giving us some tips to potentially prevent car thefts. And she's taking a closer look at the numbers. Karen, what can you share with us now?
Yeah, Metro Police shared new numbers that on Sunday, from Sunday the 24th to about 3 or 4 days ago on Saturday, there have been 166 car thefts and nearly 6,000 car thefts for 2023. Metro Police advises people to park in well-lit areas. Even if you are parking on streets like the ones that you see here, they advise you to park your wheels towards the curve, don't leave your keys inside your car, and close all your windows, to name a few things. Some people have been victim to car theft, and obviously it is unexpected, and they say it impacted their life. I spoke with Natasha Wilson, who actually used to live nearby. She said she moved out because her car was stolen right from her parking lot, and she says that she hasn't had any way to get to work. She's been taking Ubers. It's cost her hundreds of dollars, and what's more, I guess, frightening as to what happened to her car. Take a listen.
I was like, oh, okay. So my car was stolen for a good 2 months. And I get a call from the police station like, hey, we found your car and it was in a crime. It was in a shootout. Like, what?
Yeah, that is very surprising, but that can and does happen. She hopes that by telling her story, she can spread awareness that this is a very real thing and to take those precautionary measures that I mentioned earlier very seriously. Reporting live in North Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you so much. 8:33 is the time. We're checking in now with our Code Red meteorologist, Greg Bobus. Jogging forecast? I guess we're getting a head start on those New Year's resolutions.
Or we're just catching up from the damage that we did over the holiday season.
But a couple of minutes ago, you told us it's National Buffet Day, and now you're taking us to the jogging forecast.
It's like a cruel joke.
Okay.
Because everybody knows if you go to the buffet, nobody's jogging. I'm just kidding.
I'm jogging to
That's
the
what
buffet.
you need to work on. That's right. It's the other way around.
And then it's the slow walk across.
the slow walk home.
But maybe you are getting up and you are starting off that. Maybe it's a new trend for you.
Yes.
This is a new year and you're just trying to get yourself a little more active and you want to get out there this morning. Here you go. We have some cloud cover that will break into a partly cloudy sky by this afternoon. 34 degrees at 9 a.m., 42 degrees at noon. Temperatures going to slowly stair-step into the middle 40s by the middle of this afternoon. Wind, a non-starter for us here, so that's good. That means no wind chill. It will feel like the temperature actually looks like. And you can always look at the right side of your screen here all the way until 9 o'clock for your current temperatures in the forecast ahead. If you don't see a bar on the day, you don't get rain. But Friday into Saturday, next weather maker I'm tracking here coming up in the next check of your forecast.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's check out what's going on I-24 here at Shelby Avenue in the heart of downtown Nashville. As you can see, traffic moving along pretty well in both directions out here, not causing big problems. Sun is out. Nice day, beautiful drive ahead for most people out there. Here is a look at 65 at Trinity, north side of town. If it looks like this at 8:35, that means you're trouble free.
Justin, thanks so much. 8:35 right now in your community. Nashville, unfortunately, has earned a reputation as one of the most dangerous cities for pedestrians. 40 people died just last year walking or biking on our streets.
So now we have city leaders who say we need to make some serious changes quickly. Fox 17 News reporter Peyton Muse joining us live downtown at the Metro Courthouse, sharing what leaders say as they push for change as Nashville, Peyton, just continues to grow.
That's right, Erica and Jen. So infrastructure is what a lot of city leaders are calling for when it comes to change and making Nashville roads safer. And in 2020, 38 people were killed, and it was slightly lower in 2021. And then it dipped, it went back up again in 2022, where we saw record-breaking numbers, 47 people killed while walking Nashville.
I can just be like,
who was believed to be homeless, was struck by a van on Saturday just before 6 p.m. on Lafayette Street at the Lincoln Street intersection. He died in the hospital. Today, police say 29-year-old Tyrese Howard surrendered himself to officers downtown. He is now being charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving a death and failure to yield, along with other charges. And Metro Council member Courtney Johnston says she would like to see more education and when it comes to pedestrians, like letting people know when it's safe to cross streets.
I see a lot of people crossing outside of crosswalks, and not just outside of crosswalks where there's no crosswalks. Sometimes they're very close to crosswalks, just 20 or 30 yards away.
The city has a Vision Zero plan, which will eliminate pedestrian-related deaths by 2050. That's what they're hoping for. And Nashville's Mayor Freddie O'Connell, he says it is a top priority for him to make Nashville streets safer for pedestrians and bicyclists. Reporting live at Metro Courthouse, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Peyton, thank you. There's a new DUI law that is now in effect right here in Tennessee. So we're breaking down what it would mean for drivers, also the concerns that folks are raising. That's coming up this morning on Fox 17 News.
There's no stopping this.
Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Time right now is 8:40. A Tennessee law aiming to keep drunk drivers off the roads is now in effect in our state.
Yes, now this law would require some GPS technology for some DUI cases. Now we're talking about the interlock device that requires the DUI offenders to blow into a device in order to start their car. And now if they're over the legal limit, the car simply won't start. But a state law allows these devices to give more information about the person that is using that particular device.
State data shows that 1 out of 7 serious injury crashes does involve a DUI, and current law shows that when someone is prosecuted with a DUI and then convicted, a judge orders that device to be put into their car.
The department's seen cases where offenders have continuously let their children and others blow into the device, and they have pictures of it, but because we don't have a geotag of where that activity actually occurred, there's no way to know what jurisdiction to prosecute that violation.
Now, lawmakers saying that this bill does protect Tennesseans by lowering the number of impaired traffic crashes and deaths on Tennessee roads and improving public safety.
Yeah, lawmakers, though, do admit this would not be used for continuous tracking because that is a concern that was raised, especially when it comes to privacy for drivers.
For sure. I know a lot of people are very concerned about that aspect of this, along with the license plate readers and things like that as well.
All right, let's get a check of the forecast here. Your weekend outlook: rain likely for Saturday, drier by Sunday, near normal temps. Now, there is the chance, and Greg has been talking about this morning, that we could see some flurries mixed in with that rain. So it's something that we're watching closely for you, and the closer that we get to the weekend, the more certain we'll be. So make sure you keep it here all week long, live through 9.
worry-free flurries.
No worry flurries.
No worry flurries. Thank you. Make sure to get that correctly. All right, let's get out to steer clear traffic. 65 at Trinity Lane there on the north side. As you can see, traffic moving along without any issues. We're doing fine out there. We had that one crash earlier this morning near the Kingston Springs area that was really holding things up. We did have another one in the Antioch area that has since cleared up as well. But a light day as far as your traffic is concerned. Of course, we're always watching for you.
One young woman has a mission here in the Mid-State. She is dead set on achieving her dreams, and our own Dennis Ferrier is sharing her inspiring story in minutes.
For so many business owners, the COVID-19 shutdown of 2020 was just a complete nightmare. But for one Springfield college student, she used it as an opportunity to launch her dreams.
She sure did. Alexis Ellis using that time during remote learning to open up a coffee shop. And as Fox 17 News' Dennis Ferrier shows us, 3 years later, her dream is expanding.
Alexis Ellis took all of her classes in the back of a coffee shop in Springfield. 1 minute studying for a test, the next minute making a latte. It's how she built her dream, one sale at a time.
They crispy on the edges and soft in the middle.
This is the recently remodeled Coffee Brothers coffee shop in downtown Springfield.
So I came up with espresso cookies. So we've been making them ever since.
When we first introduced you to Alexis Ellis in 2022, all of her signs were handmade. That has changed. The 23-year-old has taken this little bare bones coffee shop and put it through a transformation.
You can't make money not working hard. You can't build relationships while sitting on your tail. You have to go out there. You have to be consistent. You have to work hard, work harder than the other people that are in your field doing the same thing. You have to bring creativeness to what you're doing because people don't buy mediocre.
That creativeness includes Alexis doing all of her classes and studying online in the back of the store.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
It included in-store tutoring for struggling high school students. As hard as she was working, she was still dreaming big. 6 months ago, she bought this Coffee Brothers food truck. It's been a big success. She knew it would, even as she suffered the doubting looks.
They didn't think I was going to make it 6 months. They really didn't think I was going to make it a year. Now I shocked them when I hit 2. And then when I got the truck, it was like, wow, hold on, she might be doing something, you know?
In the meantime, she is finishing school. Took her a little longer than she thought, but my goodness, she's been going to school while running a business.
My grandfather always told me, as long as you don't quit, I don't care when you finish. So I'm still holding on. People think I quit school, but I'm still holding on. And Alexis shall be walking across that stage in May, Lord's will.
And that might not even be the highlight of this year. You won't be surprised to learn Ellis has big plans for expansion, but those are all secret.
I want to tell you so bad, but I think I'm going to be quiet.
Okay, secret. You can't reveal your business plan.
Just know that 2024 is going to be the best year yet for Coffee Bros. Even when you think we're not coming, and even when you don't see us coming, we're coming.
Alexis even found time to run for alderman. She lost that race, but learned a lot. Don't be surprised if there's a political future for this ambitious young woman. I'm Dennis Ferrier, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Ambition and positivity here. What a better way to start a brand new year. Taking a look at what I was mentioning a few minutes ago. I want to kind of break it down a little bit more when it comes to our upcoming weekend and rain versus snow potential. Now, rain, pretty high confidence here when it comes to a half of an inch to an inch of rain, depending upon where this really settles in over us here across Middle Tennessee. Snow, there are 2 spots, and they are small, that are on our map that could see a few light snow showers. And when I say could, the percentage values are very close to 0, but a few flakes may be flying. Hopkinsville off toward the north and the east, and then you look toward the Cumberland Plateau, Cookeville down to the south and east through Crossville. If you're not shaded in the blue, it doesn't mean that you might not see a flake or 2 flying that mixes in, but you're mainly going to see rain. So that really is our thought on this. There's not a lot of cold air to work with here. Yes, we feel cold right now, but we're not below freezing. We will be during the nighttime hours a couple days here for the next 2 or 3, but not enough to where when this system moves in that brings in warmer air, they're going to fight each other. Here it is. Take a look. This moves in, and this is going to be Friday night into Saturday morning. So we're starting this around 9 p.m. on Friday, and then going into the rest of your Friday night and Saturday morning, that system will move in. It'll be out of here late in the day on Saturday and dry us out in time for Sunday. So if you're making plans outdoors, Sunday is your pick of the weekend. Today, clouds will decrease up to 44 degrees. And then the nighttime temperatures, the next 3 nights. So your Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, all going to be in the 20s, afternoon highs, all in the middle 40s.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get out to what we're dealing with out there with the traffic at I-24. This is going to be 24 Waldron Road out there in the Laverne area. We're looking great. No big problems out there. When the kids get back to school next week, it's going to bunch up. With MTSU students get back to school the week after that, it'll bunch up even more. But right now, we're doing okay. Here's 24 Broadway Parkway as you make your way in. Smooth sailing from all sides this morning. We'll continue to watch the roads here tomorrow as well, live through 9.
Thank you. 8:50 is the time right now. And as we wrap up the morning with you here live through 9 a.m., we'll get you a couple more updates in your local headlines so you can be informed before you head out the door.
Didn't know what else.
At 8:53, want to tell you about multiple new laws that are currently officially on the books for all of us right here in Tennessee. Several of them target making our roadways safer. So as of now, anyone who gets an ignition interlock device as part of a DUI conviction will also get a geotag. This will then keep track of where the person is. Tennesseans will also now see violations surrounding the state's hands-free law that involves texting and driving. That's going to be now on your driving record. And then vendors over at Tennessee's popular farmers markets will now also be required to have a permit for food service.
A car crashes into a house in Franklin on New Year's Eve, and these are pictures this morning of the damage to both the car and the house. Dwight McKendrick, accused of driving under the influence, according to sheriff's deputies in Franklin County. The good news here, nobody in the house is hurt. A lot of damage, though. Look here to the corner and the bricks of that house. McKendrick said to appear in court in April.
There's also a Tennessee law that is aiming to go ahead and give you an update right here. The man on your screen has turned himself in for a deadly hit-and-run accident right here in South Nashville. Tyrese Howard on your screen surrendered himself to officers downtown on Monday and admitted that he was driving the car that ultimately killed a homeless man who was crossing the street. That's according to Metro Police. Howard is now being charged with leaving the scene of that crash involving death, failure to yield involving death, and also failure to render and driving without proof of insurance. A lot of charges there.
5 minutes until 9 o'clock right now, and one of several new laws on the books for Tennessee is aiming to keep drunk drivers off the roads. It requires GPS technology for some DUI offenders. It's an interlock device that requires those offenders to blow into the device to start the car, and if they're over the legal limit, the car won't start. But a state law does allow the devices to get more information about the person using it. Lawmakers said they did that to make sure that offenders weren't using other people to blow into the devices to try to fake out the system, if you will. So state data shows that 1 out of every 7 serious car crashes involves a DUI.
We're also learning that the mother of a Putnam County toddler killed last month is facing charges. Deputies arresting Sarah Mora last week. Investigators say her boyfriend Ashton Sensing confessed to beating the child to death in early December while he was watching the young boy. Just very disturbing here. Despite the confession, though, Putnam County deputies, they let Sensing go, and he ended up on the run for about a week or so. The sheriff says he did not consider Sensing to be a danger to the public, even though he did end up on TBI's most wanted list. Mora, though, faces charges for helping Sensing avoid police by driving him to Ashland City and then back to Putnam County.
Metro Police are currently investigating a murder that happened on Nolensville Pike early this morning. One man died after the shooting. We understand nobody's in custody right now, but Metro Police are working the case. We'll update you at fox17.com throughout the course of the day.
And if you would like to read more updates about this story and all the stories that we've talked about all morning long, just go here. It's our website, fox17.com.
And here we are, one last look at your forecast. Good morning, Nashville. Look at the beautiful skyline here. And we're taking a look at clouds that will decrease slowly throughout the day. We don't have any fog. I'll tell you, if you're waking up with us tomorrow morning, I'll be seeing it on my cameras. We'll be seeing it on Justin's T-Dot cameras. Fog, very likely to wake up to tomorrow morning. So we'll navigate you through that. As far as the rest of today, we're going to break up the clouds going into the afternoon. Not getting much warmth, though. Right side of your screen, you'll see you're in the 30s right now. Only 44 degrees your temperature this afternoon. And if this morning is a little bit chilly for you, well then tomorrow morning maybe even an extra layer on top of what you already have or under the coat. However you're going to go about that business. 26 overnight tonight, 46 degrees tomorrow. Here's the weekend. We do get a little bit warmer for Friday. Good day. 46 degrees on Saturday. Saturday, you're going to wake up to rain coming down. About a half of an inch to an inch of rain across most of Middle Tennessee. Cumberland Plateau, a few snowflakes cannot be ruled out. And then areas near the Hopkinsville area could be seeing a few snowflakes as well.
The no worry flurries?
This one
I don't know where it came from.
It has the best motto.
I don't
it's true.
I don't know where
What
I
do you
got it,
mean?
but it was years ago, and it just stuck with me.